everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, the Dark Prince of Nerd Media, Kyle Bossman. Joining us this week, Bradley Ellis.
Hello.
Michael Damiani.
How's it going?
Brandon Jones.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Is this New Year?
Oh,
no,
shit.
but I'm not. This is it. I ain't posting nothing between this and 2020, man.
Okay, so this is you telling me Happy New Year.
I'm telling the world, man.
Okay.
If we made it, you know,
Yes.
it's dangerous when we post something this early, you know, that hasn't like gone live yet. It's like,
Anything could have exploded.
yeah,
Yes.
the world could erupt in flames.
Mm-hmm. Are we after Christmas? This is after Christmas.
This is after Christmas, yeah.
This is
Christmas is next
after
week.
Christmas. This is a love and respect.
Throw away the eggnog.
This is a nice song. This is a love and respect only episode. Every single question, every single topic from this week's episode has been submitted to us from our $5 and up patrons on patreon.com/easyallies. So we're just going to go wild. There's no podcast halftime, no Or Wars. It's really just us chilling out, answering nice, sweet questions. Some of them not sweet.
I do have to know something before we start.
Yes.
Have you finished that coffee yet?
Kinda. It's a little cold.
Yeah, it's got to be super cold
I
by
just
this
want
point.
something to sip on.
We
That's
have a
what I was
microwave.
wondering. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a security blanket.
I'm thirsty.
Like, oh,
Why didn't you heat it?
Heating coffee is really gross. It just never works out for me.
Put it in for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I
or
should
10.
have gotten a bottle of water. It's too late now. So like, I'm just got to drink this cold.
Dude, ever
brewed
since
coffee.
Milo was born, reheated coffee is my coffee. That's the coffee I have. Is reheated every time.
That
Like
makes
it's better
sense.
than that.
Better than no
It
coffee.
is better than this. It is better than this.
Drinking like Dagobah water right now.
Dagobah water. That's what it tastes like, dude. Dear allies, the year was 2007, and
year.
in order to get a game, my older brother and I had to agree on it. I love this.
Oh.
So the two brothers have to agree on a game if the parents are going to buy it, right? We decided on getting Metroid Prime 3 Corruption.
Okay.
I was incredibly excited. I had never played a Metroid game before since I grew up to that point with just a PlayStation. When we went to get our new game, I was betrayed.
Oh.
He decided he wanted to get a more grown-up game and brought some janky Medal of Honor game for Wii home.
Oh.
I was heartbroken. And my parents decided I was heartbroken, and my parents decided he knew better since he was older.
Oh.
My question to you guys is, have you agreed to get a game or start a game with someone and then they went back on it? Love and respect, Umair Zafar. Love this story. And I could totally see, oh, he's older. Of course he would know which game to get at the GameStop.
Yeah. Just a couple days ago, I was planning on playing Metroid Prime with Michael Damiani, and then he just bailed on me at the last minute.
heard about this.
Yeah. Just completely betrayed me.
Because he wanted a more grown-up game?
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
kind of this weird, cockamamie story about disc reading lenses and Wi-Fi speeds and download size and stuff. It was basically, he didn't want me to ruin the game for him, I think. So now I got to play it on my own, it was kind of sad. But
I have a friend who lives in Canada who desperately wants to play multiplayer games with me.
Dan?
Yes. I just don't, because I just don't like multiplayer games. So I have this friend who just really wants to connect, just wants to play games.
anything. Stardew Valley, anything.
Yes, anything, please, Kyle. And I just can't get into it. But when the Switch launched, it launched with very few games. One of those was Bomberman R.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, man, like, if you get it, I'll get it. So he bought Bomberman R, and then I was in the Switch line, picking up my Switch at Best Buy, night of launch, saw Bomberman R, and I couldn't do it.
Oh!
I couldn't do it.
Oh, damn.
And
What did he think? What did
He
he
was
say?
so mad because he bought it. He bought that game. He's like, why are you not getting Bomberman R? And I'm just like, I just can't do it. So I was
that's
a
when
true friend,
we're
yeah.
most predisposed to buying the weirdest game, like Steel
yes.
Diver for the 3DS. You know, it's
Yes.
like right at that console launch, especially
Right.
when you're in the store and you have that console and you just want to stack as much stuff on top of the console box as you can. Not even then.
No.
Not even for a friend.
How could you? I mean, Breath of the Wild was at launch, right? Like, how could you
Yeah, who's
spend?
playing Bomberman?
How could you spend 10 minutes on Bomberman when you have Breath of the Wild?
Those
you know?
cartridges are so small. You pack them right in with the carrying case and.
I could not imagine switching the cartridge out for Breath of the Wild. I think I still haven't, man. It's just like
Because you go all digital, right?
all digital, baby. Yeah. Anyone else been in that situation where you're like, yeah, let's pick up that game?
No, but one thing that I've done this twice to a close friend. My buddy Todd, who co-wrote the Final Fantasy retrospective because it's a Final Fantasy story, and I played my first MMO with him. We played 11 back in the day. Then 14 comes out, and I was like, 14, and he was like, hold on, and then like plays the launch, and it was like, no. Abort, danger, Will Robinson. I was like, and then of course you were covering at the time, and it was just this like massive, really bad story. So then I abstained, and then Realm Reborn just turned the whole thing around, and he was like, oh, you got to get in on this, and I was like, okay. And then we started and jumped in, and he's like, all right, now I'm investing in this. Are you in this for the long haul? And I'm like, totally, dude.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
No question. And then like 3 months later, I was like, I got a lot of work to do. And then I did it again because it came out. I think it came out on the PS4 later.
Yeah, I did.
And then I got a PS4 and actually like fell in love with the
controller.
With the the controls, like the DualShock, and I'm sure the same thing on Xbox. I don't know if it is on Xbox, but like I was really surprised. Like, wow, an MMO and a controller. I never thought of this because I remember I played like just for joke's sake. I played tried Final Fantasy 11 on the 360 back in the day, but like just never really got into it like I did when it was on the PC. And I like got back into it, and like I did a ranger this time because I did a paladin when I was first playing, and I was like, because I didn't play a paladin in Warcraft because like I did that back in Final Fantasy 11. Like, too much pressure. Paladin.
Did you believe this is it when you're getting your second character?
When I jumped back in, I was like, so I gotta go bard to play a bow and arrow. Okay, this is weird, but I was like, it's DPS. It's so chill. I'll start back and like, no, I'm in it again this time.
Yeah.
3 months later.
Oh.
Sorry.
It hurts, man.
Got busy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
But I will never. Yeah, MMOs. I will never make that. Even something like Destiny or Fortnite. It's like I can't commit too much. Even like the divisions. Like I'll really jump in at launch, but then when I'm out, I'm OUT out.
I want to play some games. We got a long podcast. I want to play some games in here. We got some games. Hello, allies. I have a game for you to play. On December 9th, GameRankings.com officially shut down, and the site will now redirect you to Metacritic. By the way, that happened. That's a bummer. I used to love that website.
Yeah.
By the way, so Game Rankings is innately foolish, right, to rank games, but I loved it.
Yeah, you love that stuff.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Anything that brings discourse, you love.
Yes, exactly. In remembrance of a site that had Super Mario Galaxy as the best game of all time at 97.64%, suck it, Ocarina of Time, I want the allies to guess which game is considered the all-time best on a specific platform.
Okay.
I have selected 10 platforms with the top 3 games listed for that platform. Love and respect, Carl. So I can give you multiple choice for these.
Okay.
But I want to see what your first guesses are, so maybe they won't be necessary.
Sure.
For instance, we're going to start with the Nintendo 3DS. What was the best reviewed game for that console?
3DS.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers.
Ooh, not even in the top 3. Brutal. Good
A Link
guess, though.
Between Worlds?
Wow. No.
Damn.
What's wrong with this?
Yeah.
One of these 3 is super hard to guess. I don't think you'd ever get it.
Pilot Wings.
Okay, so let me give you the multiple choice. These are not in order, so here we go. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. Kind of cheating, but it's on there.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight.
Ooh.
Fire Emblem Awakening.
Fire Emblem.
Shovel Knight.
It's Ocarina of Time 3D.
Oh,
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it listed at 93.89%. Shovel Knight also 93.67%.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Fire Emblem 92.52%. This is why I love Game Rankings. It's
Shovel
like,
Knight
there's-
was 3DS was my Shovel Knight console. That was when
Really?
I played that game on there. Yeah.
Did you ever put the slider up?
Oh.
The 3D slider.
Oh no.
Oh, it's because like Shovel Knight's all on these different
That's
planes,
what
and
it
so you can
was.
actually see.
Oh, it's
Cool
cool.
3D game.
I messed
I
up.
might have. I don't remember.
I messed up.
Damiani, you messed up.
Well, it's because it has a significantly lower rating than N64 Ocarina of Time. That's where I was getting thrown for a loop. I knew it like had like at least like it was low. It was like lower 90s, whereas Ocarina's like high 90s. It was,
You can't get this
You
Zelda
cannot.
fan, Kyle.
You can't lose.
Yeah.
You can't lose a Zelda thing in silence.
Yeah,
It's got,
yeah.
be
Gotta
context.
explain why. Yeah.
So funny.
Okay, so remember this is GameRankings.com.
Right.
PC.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Half-Life 2.
No, but very close.
Counter
Half-Life
Strike.
2, Episode 2.
Portal. Orange Box.
Yes, Orange Box. Yes.
5 games, 1
Yes.
box. Orange box.
Nice, Brad. So Half-Life 2 was 95.48%, and then Orange Box 95.88%.
Wow.
Orange Box is one of the weirdest games that's ever been
Dude,
released in
one
the
of
history
the
of the world.
sickest.
So let's count them
It
off
is a
again.
game.
Yeah, let's count them off again.
Yeah.
Half-Life 2,
Yep,
Episode 1, Episode 2,
Yes.
Portal.
Team Fortress 2, and Portal.
all in one thing.
The first time Portal ever came out on anything.
Yes.
So you can't really call that a collection.
No.
You know? And
so
episode 2
weird.
hadn't come out yet either. That was episode 2 premiered with Orange Box.
And I played
And
TF2
same with
for
Team
so
Fortress.
many years.
Yeah, that's so
And it was
weird,
love
man.
all in
TF2.
one game. So it's like that's the best game ever made. You know, it's, but
Dude,
it's
insane.
But if you were to to do like a top 100 games of all time, you throw Orange Box in there, people are like, that doesn't count. Like it totally counts. It's
Yeah.
weird to exclude Portal from that because that's how we all played Portal.
Yeah, man.
I mean, most people. I don't know if that was. Oh, you just said a PC. I guess that's
Yeah.
how that was packaged. I don't know if you could a la carte that.
There was I
via
don't know if
Steam
you
or
can,
something
but
at the
there was
time, but-
console versions of Orange
I know you
Box.
can now, but it was so weird.
Damn.
yeah.
Now look at him.
Now look at him. I can't imagine that ever happening
Dude,
again.
that was insane.
Yeah.
That was like Valve just on fire, crushing it.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Nokia N-Gage.
Oh.
Ah.
I don't even know what's. The only game I know on here is Duke Nukem that existed.
Duke Nukem's not in the top 3.
I don't even know what's on Engage, man. Is there Tony Hawk on there?
I think there was, but it's not one of the top 3 rated games.
Doom?
No. So here's the top rated games. The clue is Nokia.
Qbert.
No.
Snake.
Yeah, Snakes. Snakes is the top rated game for the the Nokia N-Gage.
Okay.
Yeah, it must have been Snakes, like Aliens. Just put the dollar sign at the end of Snake.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm intrigued.
Second closest was
going back.
Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Oh. And then third is Pathway to Glory.
That sounds like exclusive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was actually the second best reviewed game, Pathway to Glory. All right, Sega Genesis.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, nobody's gonna get this one. Nobody's
so
gonna get
the
this
problem is, I don't know if they answered this. I'd like to know how they sorted the reviews, because it doesn't exist anymore, so we can't check this anymore. It defaulted to 20 reviews, but older systems you need to go to 5 reviews because no one reviewed games back then. It's all messed up if you do 20 reviews because so many are not included. So if this is based on 20 reviews, it's going to be like a no-name game.
Rinstar?
Rystar.
Rystar.
Yes.
Did I get it?
You got it on
it.
the first
Wow.
guess.
Holy shit.
What?
I won this
Jones,
podcast.
Jones
You
is
won the
winner.
podcast.
We're done.
Wow. I was just going to say
we don't have-
Sonic 2.
We don't have to do this anymore.
Why?
Because it's a weird, obscure Genesis game.
Wow.
I didn't even own a
This
Genesis
guy.
until
The
years
Sega
later.
Master right here.
Yeah.
Direct all your Sega questions to Brandon Jones from now
Yeah.
on, please.
And he's one of the. I saw someone tweet art of him the other day that they made. He's just one of those.
One of those characters.
One of those lost, that game that Ben loves, with a jetpack.
Rocket
Joey.
Knight?
Rocket
Yes.
Knight.
Yeah.
It's just one of those classics, this orb guy.
Stop this.
Oh.
Stop doing this to yourself.
I hate that game.
We were just playing it.
I know. I don't like it.
The guy made orbs.
Yeah.
Shoots
Vector
energy
Man?
blast.
Vector Man, yeah.
Yes.
It's just it's in there. That's the Smash Brothers game I want. Just Bubsy and well, actually Bubsy doesn't even count anymore because he's back.
It counts.
But just all of those people that got one and done. Maybe 1 or 2 games.
That's cool. The Bat guy. The Acrobat.
Yes, I remember that game.
Yes. This could be a good game, actually, Jones.
More than a game. I want a Captain N animated show. Like what happened to him? You
Yeah.
know? Them all locked away.
Jones, we
in
could pitch
Pandora's
this to
box and
Netflix,
that
dude.
Pandora's. Oh, let's do it. Well,
Yeah.
we can't do it now because we
it's
said
Wreck-It-
it out loud.
it's
I'll have to
Wreck-It
cut this
Ralph.
part out. This will be
Yes.
muted in the podcast because
No, because I love this idea. Did you ever watch Reboot? And then there was a time skip in Reboot.
Yeah, and he had like an
didn't
eye
make it to the
patch.
time skip.
Yeah. So
and he was all
Enzo, the little
jacked.
boy, became like this jacked road warrior.
Yeah, and his scruff. Yeah.
Yes. And so I want that for Captain N. So Captain N's been alive this whole time.
There was a
Dude, yeah, he's like Han in Force Awakens.
Yes.
one of
Yeah.
the comic covers had a alternate version of Captain N and Princess Lana where they were more badass looking, they looked
Yeah.
like they'd been through a war or something.
Yes.
And that's
All right.
They might have done this.
Did Reboot have
Sadly,
someone
the dog's
named
not around anymore.
Was the
Obviously,
other guy's
right?
name Bob?
Bob is the protagonist.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we go into the video game world? Do you not age? Is it
Well, you have to age, otherwise, why?
timeless in the video game land?
No.
Reboot, baby. You
definitely
age.
aged up.
But
You
this
age.
is Captain N. This is different.
Captain N ages.
But
yeah.
they do the Sean Connery in Indy 4, where it's the dog's picture just on a shelf. You go by, the camera goes by, oh, the dog.
You have lives, extra lives.
You still age.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude.
Whole thing's
I'm not
just
ready to
coming
have
out
this
in.
debate.
In video game worlds,
Yeah.
Like, so Castlevania is part of Captain N, and Castlevania has a timeline, man. Belmonts die.
Yeah.
True.
You age. You age in the Captain N universe.
I don't know if Kevin and his dog age.
They do. They certainly do.
It's up to us.
I mean, there probably aren't that many episodes, right? There's probably like 30 or fewer episodes of that show.
Probably more than you think.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
I mean, Tetris Land.
He definitely ages. And so, like, man, this guy has just been playing just the worst NES games his entire life, just trying to survive in these horrible little NES worlds. And then, like, he has to, like...
But it can't just be Nintendo stuff, because, Rystar's Genesis, so...
Wait, you want Captain N to run into Rystar?
You brought Captain N into this thing. I'm talking about all the
forgot how
characters
we
from
got
all
here.
the consoles.
I swear you said Captain N before I said Captain
said
N.
like Captain N, Captain N vibe of an animated show that has multiple properties in it. The original Smash Brothers, Captain N.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. I'm not pitching Rystar to Netflix.
We'll see how much money Sonic the movie makes, and then
Then we'll talk.
then we'll package it.
By the way, nipping at Rystar's heels was Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Oh, Sonic 3. Okay.
Yep.
Is an animated video game thing going to mess up the original art on purpose after what happened to Sonic?
Ooh.
Like, no, we gotta bone it out of the gate.
You know
and
who's gonna do
then
it?
We slam dunk later, and then everybody we're heroes.
I bet somebody's gonna not do it right. You know, like a little Gearbox joke.
Uh-huh.
I bet somebody's gonna do it wrong and like say it was a joke and it was like it's just not funny. It's really hard to do that on purpose. I think. Yeah. Good thing though.
What was the Kubert joke at the Game Awards? Bad joke. He had a good one, and then he dropped Kubert on it. I don't even remember who.
That was one of the co-creators of Westwood.
Oh, that was
Westworld?
Westworld. Yeah, Westworld.
Yeah.
Kubert.
Yeah.
He had some funny jokes. And then
Actually, so it's not clear to me
Kubert's not.
how much of that he wrote and how much of that was written by the Game Awards team. Actually, I'm not sure who did that.
You need
one.
to get back on that writing team.
Hard to make Kubert funny.
Yeah. Kubert jokes are
Like rhyming with orange.
But do you pitch
Very-
jokes
very
and like
difficult.
no one else likes them?
not as much this year. This year I was basically just pre-show.
I'm talking
boy.
about past though.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
like, it's so funny, and
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
like, no.
Yeah, actually, I did a few of those this year too. Yeah. I said, look, I'm serious about this one. I really think this will kill. I know this is a funny joke, and it's just died. Okay, all right.
It's a tough crowd.
Yeah.
Imagine in the pre-show for the Game Awards. I want this. Imagine we keep checking in on Cory Barlog, and it's has Cory Barlog finished his hot dog? So we're like a half hour to the show, and Cory Barlog just has one bite. It's like, okay, Cory, you have a half hour. Like, keep going, and it gives you a thumbs up. Like, okay. And so 15 minutes into the show, it's like, has Cory Barlog finished his hot dog? Let's check in, and it's just like 2/3. Like, Cory, you got to pick up the pace, buddy. You got to finish that hot dog before the show.
The cutaway to award show people, I think, is good. Like the what's the guy from Jonah Hill, the infamous like.
Yeah.
That's a really popular GIF, and like that's from an awards ceremony. Tom Hanks is hilarious at these things. Like he always plays along whenever they do like a Tom Hanks joke. Like,
Yeah.
he'll play for camera.
I feel like Cory would have done it.
Joaquin Phoenix will not play for camera at award shows. That's an example of an actor.
Is he serious?
Very serious.
Huh.
Very serious man. It's just one of those people that's just like, no, I don't get the joke. I don't understand what we're doing here. I'm here because my agent told me to be here. I'm not.
Didn't he not portray the Joker?
It's done.
He's an actor, Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would think he would get funny. Okay, so the Xbox 360.
Wait, was that Cory bit real? You wanted to do
wanted
that?
I
yeah.
truly pitched that.
Dude,
yes.
that would have been amazing.
Yes.
and
I would
so
have loved that
stupid.
because
Yeah.
he was right in front of me at the Game Awards, so I would have.
Oh,
I would
just
have.
what
I
are
would
you-
have hammed it up for that camera. I would have leaned. Excuse me.
Brandon Jones.
Brandon Rose.
This Game Awards are a little more formal than that.
Sure,
It's not a hot dog
gotcha.
show. Okay.
Okay.
Xbox 360. What was the highest
Grand
rated
Theft Auto
game?
5.
Oh.
No.
Gears of War 1.
No.
Damn.
Grand Theft Auto 5 was in the top 3 though. Good guess.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4? Mm-mm. Call of Duty 4? Shit.
Wow. Red Dead Redemption.
These are great guesses.
Halo Reach?
No, that
Or
game
D- or
malicious.
ODST?
No. Those are not high quality enough.
Not the
No, because there's just one really high quality studio who really puts these games out and they get great reviews.
Crackdown.
No.
Is it like a sports game, like FIFA?
It's just this one studio. Just it's so quality. They're so quality. They take a long
BioShock.
time to put their games out.
BioShock?
They spend years and years putting these games out, but when they do, it is an event.
Skyrim.
It's a really good.
Damn it.
That was a quality.
I don't know, dude.
I'm super tempted though. I'm salivating.
Okay. Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, damn! I was gonna say
Yes,
that.
yeah. 4 reviewed better than 5. And then also
According
Orange
to
Box.
the
The
Orange Box is in
new,
the top
the
3
new
as well.
gen bump, Jones.
Yeah.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Wait, what were the top 3?
So it was Grand Theft Auto 4 is 96.67. Next is Orange Box.
Oh,
yeah,
Orange
96.36, and then Grand Theft Auto 5 96.10. So we're talking, the smallest decimals, separating these things. It's crazy. Nintendo DS.
DS.
Animal Crossing.
No.
The world
Good
ends
pick.
with you.
These are fun guesses.
That's
though.
a good guess, Jones.
That's like my restart.
All right, so one of
Mario
these is
Play it,
Kart
but I know it
7
exists.
Yeah, Mario Kart's a great guess.
Mario Kart DS.
or DS. Sorry,
Yeah,
not 7.
in the top 3. It is in the top
Nice.
3. It is the third one.
Brain Age.
No. Next one is one of the greats. There is one of the greats is on the Nintendo DS. Had a
Chrono
re-release.
Trigger?
Yes. Nice.
Oh yeah,
But-
that
yeah.
counts.
Number 1 comes from a studio that just puts out quality, man. They just get it. They just get how to make a quality game.
Chinatown Wars.
Yes. Grand Theft
Chinatown
Auto
Wars.
Chinatown Wars.
Yeah.
The best reviewed game for Nintendo DS.
I mean,
People talk that game up.
yeah.
92.71, by the way,
was-
so it is lower 90s,
No
right?
game on the system like it. Yeah. Fun game.
I cannot believe
Crazy.
that. Okay, PlayStation 2.
Oh, PS2.
Uh-huh.
Grand
Guitar
Theft Auto
Hero.
Vice City.
Guitar Hero 2.
What? You think those games reviewed well?
Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh, sorry. Grand Theft Auto is a great guess.
Okay.
Obviously, because of the way we're going.
Yeah.
But no, Guitar Hero, no.
San Andreas.
Guitar Hero 2 was a
San
phenomenon,
Andreas.
man.
Any of the GTAs.
So there's the Grand Theft Auto double pack, apparently, which I think had Vice City and San Andreas
Yeah.
together.
not 3. Oh, yeah.
And there is 3. Those are both in the top 3, but they aren't it. They actually aren't it.
God of War 2.
No, great guesses. These are great guesses.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Now, this
Oh.
one, no. We don't normally associate this with the PlayStation 2.
Oh.
Half-Life.
This
Prince of Persia.
was once a GameCube exclusive.
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil.
4.
Yes, Resident Evil 4, best reviewed game on PlayStation 2.
Great game. What
can't believe
is
that.
God of War in the top 10? 2. God of War 2.
So we only get top 3s, unfortunately. So I bet you're right. I bet those are. But Guitar Hero is an interesting guess, Jonesy. I don't remember those reviewing too well. But they were super, super popular. I mean, if we're doing like sales wise, I
Yeah,
think it might have a crack
totally.
in top 3, right? Well, no, there's still GTA games. Okay, Game Boy.
Tetris.
What?
Ah.
Oh.
This is another one, Kyle, where
It's not Tetris is top 3. Tetris is top 3, but it's not it.
Super Mario Land 2,
Link's
6
Awakening.
Rolling Coins,
Link's
and Link's
Awakening.
Awakening.
Hey!
Damiani's machine gun strategy did not work. Yeah, it's Link's Awakening.
Well, I'm scared because I don't know how they sorted the reviews. So.
89.82%. So like we didn't even hit
what?
90s for Game Boy for Link's Awakening.
Oh, really? We didn't hit a 90?
We did not hit
Wow,
the
man.
90s.
Man, Link's Awakening was crazy.
I
when it
think they
came
were
out.
harsh on Game Boy games. I think reviewers
yeah.
were harsh on Game
yeah,
Boy
they're
games.
probably like, these aren't real
Metroid
games.
2.
They're not
Yeah.
Sprites are
console
too big.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, ugly.
Big chunky sprites.
For the record, Pokemon Blue in that top 3 for sure.
Nice.
The other one.
Oh, Blue's the most
Yeah,
popular one?
and Tetris was in there too. All right. Nintendo Switch.
Top
This should be easy.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, yeah?
It's
Or
in the top 3, but
Mario
it's not.
Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
nice.
it by what? 9.09%. 97.42% for Odyssey. The third one I don't think we'll ever guess. It is Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition.
Nice.
Whoa.
In that top 3.
Nice, dude.
But of course, Breath of the
Divinity's a
Wild
good
as well.
game.
Okay, Game Boy Advance.
What? Advanced.
Is the Minish Cap in there?
No, wait. You wish, dude.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Oh.
That would be a good
Sick
one.
pick, though.
No.
Is any of the Super Mario Advance is in there?
Yeah, Super Mario Advance 2 is in the top 3.
Okay.
Actually, that's number 2.
Is that
and then
World?
Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3. Yeah, it is World. Is the second one.
So this GBA, sorry, Final Fantasy 6 the version that came out on Game Boy Advance?
Great guess, but no.
Okay.
Metroid Fusion.
Golden Sun?
No. This game,
Metroid Zero Mission.
no.
Oh.
This game has the word advance in its title.
Advanced War?
Yes, Advance Wars.
Nice.
I'm shocked by that. The best reviewed game on Game Boy Advance?
I mean, yeah.
That's
that,
why people
yeah.
want it back.
yeah,
that game
fair enough.
was hyped.
Man,
for
we
sure.
ain't getting it.
And it makes me so mad that it's just 2 Mario games as the other top 3s.
Yeah. Can't stop the plumber, dude.
Game Boy Advance had so many good games.
Can't stop the plumber.
You can't stop that plumber. You can't stop that plumber. Fun game. Thank you so
That
much.
was a sweet game.
Yeah, I realize we're like 20 minutes into this podcast. We've
Hey,
done
baby.
2 questions,
That's the
but
way
like
it
that was a
goes.
fun game, you know?
Made me realize thinking about this last gen that like I think one of like the bummer things about the Xbox, not only of just like, competing with these incredible exclusives that Sony and Nintendo's had, but like the two like among the 2 highest selling and highest reviewed games on the Switch, Zelda, Mario. You know, one of the absolute landmark. You have to buy a PlayStation 4 to play God of War.
Spider-Man.
Xbox. What's going on? You know, it's like there's just the franchises they're known for. You know, Uncharted 4 coming back, bam. And it's just like, it didn't happen. It didn't happen on the
You
Xbox
had to
One.
bring a fanboy argument to this nice, simple game. Always with you against
It's
anti-Xbox.
not a review thing, man. It literally just didn't happen. It just wasn't, you know.
Does he need
They
that
just
I love
didn't,
Xbox
you know.
guy?
Yeah, you're supposed to love the Xbox.
I'm not shouting at people,
Yeah.
that love, that loved Halo 5. It just, or Halo Guardians. It just didn't happen.
No, I get you. But
Which
I
is
would
why
say,
all eyes are on Infinite. I'm really curious.
yeah, and I think they made a serious course correction toward the end here as
And
they
Gears
try
5,
to
for sure.
acquire
Gears 5
studios.
was, made a lot of people happy.
No, I mean in their acquisitions as well.
Yes.
Like, hey, why don't we just get Ninja Theory? You
But
know?
again, it's those
Yeah.
big, it's one thing to define the Switch by just whatever games are successful, but it's just like when Zelda and Mario come back around, especially that idea. It's like, ooh, look at Odyssey. This might be like a Mario game. It's not just some weird kind of like side thing or like he's not like getting some weird water jet pack or going on vacation or something. It's like, no, here we go.
Sunshine.
You know,
Jones?
No, I get it though. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's sad Game Rankings has gone away. But in
Yeah.
a way, I'm happy. Because there were people who used to like write new reviews to try and
Oh,
influence.
yes.
Like whenever a publisher would be like, "This game is now the #1 Game Rankings game," like a bunch of sites would go put like a retro review of X game on there, like usually Mario or Zelda or something like.
Or Ocarina of Time.
It would even be between Mario and Zelda fans. Like we're
Yeah.
we're bumping Ocarina back up to #1 now.
Yes.
It's like this is the
Yeah.
like that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like doing a review for the sake of bumping up a game on a listing. I was like, this needs to die.
if doing the opposite is called review bombing, what is that?
What is it? Smurfing. That's review smurfing, basically.
Smurf.
Yes. Yeah, you're basically smurfing the reviews.
Boosting.
Hey, allies.
Boast it.
Ooh, this is something I think about. This is good. This is a wild one. All right, my dad recently told me that when he was a kid, he would build coffins for and bury his G.I. Joe figures who died in battle without ever digging them up.
Whoa.
This stumped me. I normally try to match entertainment-related subjects with video game-related equivalents, but I'm stumped about this. It reminds me of Gloomhaven, a board game that instructs you to actually tear up cards and destroy materials required to play the game. Yeah. But what about video games? Maybe it's like Permadeath and Fire Emblem, where someone I've formed a bond with over the course of multiple hours is lost to me. But at the same time, I can reload my save or restart my game. This could be analogous to him digging up his fallen comrades, I guess, though. What do you think? What video games have you felt so immersed in to the degree that you feel you can't play them again? Love and respect, Ryan. So what I like about this question,
Oh, it's not only game characters, but games.
yeah, like this is something I wonder about games a lot and try like a certain, I guess, tangibility. You know what I mean? Just something in these games feeling like they exist, right? And I feel like that this is a good indication or a good example of what is like missing. Because you're right, you even like. Even if a game asks you to delete your save file at the end of it, as we know is the twist of Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even if Mario Sunshine asks you to delete your save file, like, yeah, but you don't have to. You know what I mean? And it's just like, even if it does, like, I don't feel like it's that tangible as burying your G.I. Joes.
I mean, the only equivalent, I haven't done this. I think the only equivalent would be someone who's played like either a save file you've had or like an MMO character you've had for years and deleting it.
Yeah.
That you can't get it
Or
back.
canceling your account.
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, canceling, you could just resubscribe. I'm like, hard delete, like, I'm never getting this. I don't want the temptation of coming back. It's gone. And it's like, how many hours do you put into that? Like, how, like, you can't ever
Do you
have that
know if
character
people have
back.
done this?
I'm sure I've read things about people like delete characters. I've seen people on message boards ask, "Please ban me because I'm like addicted to this." It's
Sure.
also crosses over into some addiction stuff, but like
Yeah.
I know this is a little bit different. Obviously, this is like something you personally cared about and we're having a good time with, and like you want to have more value and meaning by like it's a one-time only thing. I think like deleting a save file is probably like the most. Like you've had such a complete experience with it, and like I'm never gonna play this again, but I'm deleting this because I experienced it. Doesn't need to be there again. It's like that save file. It's like it's gone. It's like that was a big thing to do to cement the value of that that experience to you.
I guess closest things that I get to is auto saves after I made a bad decision. Maybe in a Souls game, just like, oh, no. It's just like, sorry, that's gone, buddy. You can't have that. Just I love those moments in games.
Silver Squad last time I deleted it. There were like so many prompts to like, okay. And then it was like, do you want to delete this top ability to do this new one? And I'm like, yes, no. And like, didn't even see, they was thankfully like absorb, like didn't need it. But you hit A too many times. Ian has a classic one. Either he like deleted a save or something because it was auto and just like was it near the end
never
of the
went
game or
back to that
something.
game.
The games that effed us. back in GameTrailers.
Modern day stuff, yeah, like creating save states where you actually are trying to load one, you create one over it, and you've
done that.
That's
Silver
happened
Squad.
on that
There you
fucking
go.
Silver yet? Yeah, it's happened.
I mean, PT, Scott Pilgrim, just these games like themselves you can't access, and so you accidentally delete PT. You're like, no, that's like the game being gone.
So would it be cool if a game said, hey, this game will delete itself? Like, you get one chance to play this game, and then it will delete it.
Some game did that.
Really?
There was some game that did. You had one shot. You could play this game once. And
Yeah.
it was like probably per console or per IP or per like account or whatever.
Would that be cool? Would that add stakes, or would that just be annoying? Would that not actually add any tangibility to it?
Both. It'd be cool if a big franchise did it. But if like it's some developer you've never heard of and game you've never heard of, like, oh yeah, I'll do it for funds because it's kind of like the zeitgeist of the day, but not something that I necessarily care about. I don't know if this qualifies, but I've always felt that way about GoldenEye. Because it's like whenever like they would like make a new GoldenEye, and it's happened like several times, so they'll like bring it back, and they're just like, I remember there was the GoldenEye with Daniel Craig where they like had the trailer was a focus group, and they were like, you guys remember GoldenEye? They were like, yeah. And they're like,
forgot about
would
that
you want to
commercial,
play a
dude,
new
yeah.
GoldenEye? They're like, yeah. And like if I was in that focus group, I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Because it's funny when they were like, let's recapture that. And I always wonder, like, what is exactly are we recapturing? Like, what is it that a new game would do that this old game didn't do? It kind of needs to be with the Nintendo 64 graphics. I know, like Huber, talks about the frame rates. Like, it kind of needs to run that way. I don't know. Like, it will just forever be trapped. It's like doing Woodstock again. It's like, nah, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. It just was. It was of its era, and we can never get back to that.
How do we use that in other games? You know what I mean? How do I take this loss you feel for the GoldenEye's gone? Like, how do you do that into a new game? How do you utilize the burying of a G.I. Joe, your loss of G.I. I find it really interesting.
There's like the messenger that I believe it's the messenger that has like the 8 to 16-bit back and forth. It'd be interesting if like once you move on to 16-bit, the 8-bit's gone. You can't like reload a save. You can't go back. So it's like you're playing this game that is constantly moving forward and
Yes.
progress, graphics, visually.
Yeah.
And so you can appreciate that, but you can't go back.
Here we
and play
go.
The original.
You got something. You sparked something in me, because I think actually I think there are worse things than a deleted save. I think there are things worse than death, right? And so I was just thinking about a Terranigma SNES game I played recently. I think it was just earlier this year, maybe, or last year. Anyway, a really cool Super Nintendo RPG where you can talk to animals and plants as you like progress through the game. And it's like really cool, and you can like talk to this lion. And there's a point in which like you can't do that anymore. And so you like look at these plants you used to talk to and animals used to talk to, and you just can't have that interaction. And then later on, you can like help this island grow. And this island, you're like helping it succeed and building this town. And it has a zoo. And that zoo has that lion that used to be your friend.
Yeah.
And like, you can't talk to that lion. You can't do a thing. The game doesn't have a prompt that's like, this was the lion, you should feel bad. It's just like there.
Right.
And so like, I love that. I love that kind of thing. Like, I think that is a buried G.I. Joe.
I'd also dig a game that kind of captured the vibe that I get from reading Watchmen and watching Interview with the Vampire, which I love rewatching Interview. But what's fascinating about Interview is like it's only a couple hours, but you feel like you've lived these generations with Brad Pitt, and it's interesting for him to see these people that he's known and loved die, like his family. And by the time you get to the end of that movie, it's like, yeah, remember his plantation? Remember like his kids and his wife who used to love it? Like they're so far back there now.
Yeah.
But he's just still making new friends and still just kind of trying to enjoy life. And same thing with Dr. Manhattan, where it's like they tell him like, come on, get involved. Like, why aren't you helping us? He's like, if you saw, red ants and black ants fighting, would you care? And he's like, that's how I feel. He's like, it's just, there's so much going on. And it'd be interesting to like have a video game character in the span of one RPG that just lives through so many generations. So this idea of like, should I fall in love?
Yeah,
should I
hear
actually
you
like
here,
have
yeah.
a family because I'm just gonna watch them die?
Yeah, that's cool.
And not only am I gonna watch them die, people are gonna forget about them. Only I will remember them. And like, how do I get the satisfaction of remembering those memories? Telling someone else about it, they're gonna die too. You know? It'd be interesting if a game tried to capture that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Fun subject.
Oh yeah.
Also, like,
What respect is the best.
what a cool kid. What a cool kid just burying G.I. Joes.
Oh yeah, that's
Just-
The parents
The
are all pissed
lore.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for some new
The
family
lore.
to move in and their
Yeah.
dog digs them up.
yeah,
One-
little and they
and
have little
one-
coffins, man.
And one of them's
Also-
like worth a lot on eBay now.
also the fascination of like he did that to those figures. Like he was the one making those stories.
Yes.
Like he didn't do that in accordance with watching like the cartoon on television. So it's like, did he know when he got up that morning that like Snake Eyes was gonna die that day, or did
No.
or literally was he in the moment? It was like, oh no, Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
He kind of knew he was about to do it, but then still couldn't stop himself from doing it. Or was there some kind of like satisfaction of like, it's been 5 days since somebody died. Oh,
He probably didn't kill Snake
see you later,
Eyes,
Cobra
though.
Commando.
You don't kill off
He
Snake
probably
Eyes.
killed like Jobber,
Yeah.
G.I. Joe. that no
Yeah,
one
yeah,
cares
yeah.
about.
That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
that. For some reason, when you brought this up, it made me think of the Phoenix Saga because like that, it was one of like the few moments in comic books where it's like they're dead.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
that
no
was-
going back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big deal. That
love
character did
that.
not come back for a while.
Yeah.
and when they did, it was not. It was different.
Yeah.
Like that made an impact.
One time when I was a kid, I had a tournament for my action figures. It was basically a franchise battle where I think it was like 8 different action figure franchises were battling it out 1v1, and then you would move on in the tournament
Pitch it to Netflix.
to determine what would be the next toy I buy. And so the finals was Raphael from Ninja Turtles, which was actually like Ninja Turtles was dying out, so he was
Sure.
he was actually like an underdog here versus one of the aliens from Independence Day.
Oh no.
Which were really cool toys. They were all shiny and they could
Sure.
open their masks
Yeah.
open. Raphael won. He beat that alien.
Yeah.
Had to get a Ninja Turtle.
Who'd you get?
I don't remember. Wow, I don't remember who what the new Ninja Turtle was. I think it was maybe like this tiny Michelangelo in a mech suit.
Cool.
Toward the end, Ninja Turtles got wild.
Yeah.
It seemed like Leonardo would be the one fighting on behalf of the franchise. It seemed like Raphael would be the least
I think
one. I
Raph
would
was my
expect.
favorite. Raph was, he's a tough guy.
Leo got injured.
Yeah, and Leo's kind of like just honorable.
Yeah,
Yeah, in a tournament like this, a franchise battle.
but he doesn't have the grit.
Yes.
to really win it.
You send Raph in. Oh my
He'll
God.
poke some eyes.
Raph in a trench coat.
Jones, you're right. I love love and respect too. Let's play another game. Let's do. Oh, this one's cute. This is like there's like a historical game that like talks to the lineage of this very podcast and everything. Okay, yep. Here we go. Who loves quotes? Well, I do, especially when they're from Easy Allies.
Uh-oh.
I started collecting quotes from you guys, collecting these quotes. This is crazy. Here we go. Back in the GT time days, and carried on going through into the Easy Eyes podcast, also included some from Invisible Walls.
Ooh.
Yes. Okay, included multiple choices if we're having a hard time. There are random quotes that personally caught my attention. I tried to provide some context where possible. Okay, so all quotes are from Invisible Walls, GT Time, which was our GameTrailers podcast right before this one, or the Easy A podcast. Can you guess who said the following? Here's a quote. I actually bought my first Dreamcast 6 months before I got married, and the Dreamcast lasted a little longer than the marriage.
Marcus Beer.
Yes, Jones.
That's just
Yeah.
very
It's a
I was
very
like- I was
Marcus
like- I was
Beer,
trying to do
right?
process
Well, that's
elimination.
crazy.
I was like,
Yeah,
It threw me
99,
originally
who was
because I thought this might have been all allies.
Yeah.
So like,
married? Yeah.
because that narrows it down if it's Invisible Walls.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like,
Oh, right, because he and Shane would like be on every episode, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah.
So that was 2008, Invisible Walls 2008.
Wow.
Whoever types first into the comments section will be banned forever.
Huber.
Kyle Bossman.
I feel like this is a hint, though. Like doing first in the comments isn't as much. I mean, it still happens, but I don't think we're annoyed by it anymore. So this is a. I'll give you a hint. This is another Invisible Walls 2008.
Justin Spear.
No, but
Ryan
great
Stevens.
guess. No.
Ooh. Miguel Lopez? Shade Satterfield.
Yes.
I'm just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. We don't need the multiple choice, really. Yeah, this is funny. Okay. We should have a new show.
I'm sorry. Every listener was like, who? Who? Who?
Oh, I know, yeah. Yeah, also, yeah, so basically,
Sifted.net. Check it out.
I feel like Invisible Walls spawned 2 podcasts. This one and Frame Trap is kind of Invisible Wallsy too, because Invisible Walls used to also be, hey, what are you playing this week? Let's talk about what you're
Thanks for
playing.
playing. Another short-lived.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Still has its own Twitter account.
thanks for playing does?
Playing it.
Does Ryan still tweet from it from time to time?
That'd be so rad.
Yeah,
if
I
you
would
did.
love that. Just what's everybody playing this week? Yeah, just oh boy. Yeah, worth checking out. So this GameTrailers back in the day. Okay. We should have a new show called Leaderboard Bullying. Just have somebody like a generally skilled player, like a pro gamer, just pick like some poor community. They just come in and destroy. I own your community now.
Huber.
You?
No.
Oh.
And not Huber. Is that Ryan Stevens?
No. So this is GT time. This is our first GT time one.
Brad.
I wasn't there. I don't think.
No, Brad, you were there for GT times
Later
eventually.
on,
yes.
yeah.
But this is 2015, so it was pre-Brad.
So it would either be Damiani.
And we're talking about Tomb Raider online leaderboards.
Elise?
This is a pitch from Brandon Jones.
Oh.
You wanted this, Jones.
Was it Blood on GT Time?
I love not
Yes.
knowing my own
Yeah.
words.
I was like, is it?
Oh, you're right. GT time at
I'll
this
never
point.
say my name for this game.
It was like
just
locked
FYI.
in, right?
Right, it was Jones, Blood, and Damiani every single week at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just had the one seat that we
Yep.
would flip. Yeah.
So we're playing a game. That helps give you the context for this one. That game is sleeping. It's not only sleeping, it's having nightmares right now. Star Fox is asleep in a cold sweat, shaking from nightmares, thinking about its glory days of the past. Who said that?
Damiani.
No.
You. Oh.
Not Bloodworth.
Not Bloodworth.
Yeah. I'm very surprised by the person who said this.
Ben?
Huber?
This was a Huber quote.
Wow. That's super funny.
This is Easy Allies podcast, 2017.
It does sound like Huber storytelling, though.
Yeah. So we're, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to go back. What was my quote again? Just because I'm so curious. Now that I know it's me.
We should have a new show called Leaderboard Bullying. Just have somebody like a generally skilled player, like a pro gamer, just pick some poor community and just come in and destroy them. Like, I own your community now. Okay. Which honestly is a good idea, Jones.
Well, the show pitch, sure, that sells it a little bit.
Right. So you
that-
find
that-
find a pro gamer and then just put them in like the worst little online community and just have them rise to the ranks. Though I think most leaderboards are just hackers. Right?
Maybe.
Bots.
Bots. Okay. I think, by the way, we're not actually going chronologically. That's a hint for this one. I think after playing this for a week, I would get tired of looking at that world and looking at those characters. I think they're all universally stupid.
Ryan Stevens,
Great guess, but no.
Kyle Bossman,
Justin Spear?
This is from 2010. Invisible Walls, 2010.
Patrick Morales,
Great guess. Again, no.
Miguel Lopez.
Yes. This is Miguel.
Talking about what?
I think they're all universally stupid. He's talking about sports champions on PlayStation Move. I think they're all universally stupid. I love that. And it's so accurate. Those characters were so bad. Good stuff, Miguel. Okay. Etrian Odyssey is great. It's great. The new one is great. It's certifiably great. People should play it. They keep dismissing it, and there's no good reason.
Ben?
That's Ben. That's Ben.
Yeah.
Like no other person. There's not no one else we talk about.
Nothing but love at all.
2017,
Such
Easy
love
Allies
there.
podcast. October, that was
You
Ben.
can the passion, you can feel it
Yeah.
emanating, just reverberating through all these years.
Okay, so this
It's
one's
alive again.
This one's clearly Easy Eyes podcast because of the way it starts. The video I'd like to promote, check out Huber Syndrome following the Resident Evil 2 announcement. He's doing a huge blowout. He's going to look at the trailers. He's going to analyze it. So look for that episode. It's going to be a very special episode.
Daniel Bloodworth.
That sounds like you.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, the trick is, apparently this was me trolling Huber because he was really excited about the 20th anniversary coming up. Mm-hmm. And so I was saying, like, look at this Huber Syndrome that is going to be talking about the RE2 remake, and that was not coming
yeah.
at that time.
Huh.
But then it totally did. History righted itself. Okay.
Well, you have to make fun of Huber's dreams while you can, because then they come true.
So,
You know
yeah.
what? Yeah, I would not do that today.
The Dino Crisis timeline is getting shorter and shorter
Shenmue
for us
dude
to mock
started
him for
it
that
all.
game.
Two things are going to happen in that PC version. You're going to find a DeLorean in the mine area, and then you're going to have a train. And they're going to mod it so when you go to 80 miles per hour, you go to GTA 5's map. And you need both games. Someone make that happen, please.
Ian Hink.
Me.
That's Michael Damiani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember
Yep.
saying that.
Wow. That was just last year, actually. Yeah, February 2018.
Both games.
This is Dark Souls. Get your Care Bear nonsense out of here, bro.
Brad.
That's Brad.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Because someone's like, you didn't bow before the duel.
That's exactly
like,
what
this
you're
is
talking about.
Dark Souls.
It was dueling etiquette is what you were talking about. Yeah.
Bear. Care Bear mod in
This
Dark
is a
Souls
ruthless
went.
world.
I have attended an LA Galaxy game. Yes. No
Huber.
one scored.
Marcus Beer.
Yes, no one scored.
I obviously know this was me.
Oh, okay. Well, say
I've
so.
attended an LA Galaxy game and no one
So
scored.
funny.
No one scored.
Oh, my God.
And my buddy that I'm seeing Rise of Skywalker with tonight, he took me to like LA Galaxy game. He like messaged me later and he's like, just FYI, their season ended and you saw the only game that the LA Galaxy did not score. That was just that
Oh,
game.
wow.
Wow.
Just
And
bad
I
luck.
had a blast. Had a
okay.
really good time.
Nice.
Didn't matter. It was That's that respect. For soccer players and football players and hockey players, man. That sport's not easy. Just like playing that sport for 5 minutes is not easy, you know? Like
Jones?
like baseball's not easy and football's not easy, but you get to like stop for a second. You know, you get to like sit on the sidelines or just like sit on the line of scrimmage for 5 seconds, just take a breather. Whereas like you can't when you're playing hockey, you can't when you're playing. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you take a breather when you're playing hockey? Do you see the guy over in the corner of the hockey rink? Just
You
like
can
Yes.
you can clear the puck and just kind of coast.
They all
Change
go.
it
They go
up.
sit on the bench. They just
I
go
mean,
flop off into the bench.
Yeah, I mean, soccer and basketball usually have like the most rigorous conditioning because you're moving back and forth the most.
It's basketball.
Yeah.
basketball. Okay.
Basketball.
Same thing with hockey, man. Like, oof.
Well, so actually, Jones, I might hear you here with soccer because you do take breaks in soccer. It absolutely happens. But I think basketball is different today. NBA is different today. You're not playing the whole game. And so, like, in high school, they were just like, if you're playing basketball, it's the hardest, like, you actually run more in a basketball game than people do in soccer games. But I wonder if an NBA player runs more than a professional soccer player.
I mean, it's
they're both up there.
Yeah.
And then when you are on the rink, hockey is probably one of the most rigorous ones as well.
Yeah,
but,
right. You can just skate around.
Have you seen Miracle?
Do you know like with all the padding and stuff and like having like even with skates like moving yourself?
I've seen hockey players. They're all scrawny. They're all so scrawny.
I played hockey. I played hockey for like 10 years.
What?
Ooh.
But you can coast. But yeah, it's super tiring at points.
No,
'Cause,
they're scrawny
here's-
boys.
Like when you're on defense, like you're not when it's not on your side of the rink, you're not necessarily like going ham the whole time.
Yeah.
But like if the puck comes your way, yeah, you're busting your ass.
I think anytime you have to do something physical harder than someone else who's doing something physical, like you need to be in shape. Like it's going to be hard.
Like,
yeah.
long story short, I didn't watch that LA Galaxy game being like, come on,
Yeah.
pick up the pace.
Okay.
Wow,
Score,
these
go.
guys are.
You're telling me you didn't want that quote out of context.
Because
I
we
understand.
talked about that with Super Bowls before, where like a Super Bowl is like low scoring, and everybody's like boring. And it's like, doesn't that mean those teams are really good?
Yeah,
if they're
except-
literally like just constantly nope. Like,
Last year's was pretty boring though.
yeah.
Patriots Rams, pretty boring Super Bowl. For my final word, I would like to implore everyone to take some time to play Smash Brothers with the items on. Don't be too serious about things. Check some things out. Have some fun. And with some random things, let some explosions happen. It's no big deal.
Is this at us? Directly at us? Do you think?
No,
I wonder. It
It
was
like,
someone's
we play
final
with,
word.
We play with items on sometimes.
Yeah,
this is Bloodworth.
it is Bloodworth.
Oh, it was
This was
Bloodworth.
Bloodworth. Yeah.
It's because we do tournaments and he's like, oh, what items?
Yeah.
Because he needs them as a crutch.
So this was
I mean,
Yeah.
this was
Please.
1 year ago. So December 12th, 2018, after he won Ore Wars,
yeah.
Oh.
where he shared some
That's
information.
actually one of the most
about something.
stressful things for me in Smash Brothers. It's more stressful than falling off the stage. Just like that Pokeball's right in front of me, and I'm like, grab it.
Oh,
You know,
you
and I
just miss
like,
it.
I'm
You're like,
so
"God
close,
damn it."
and then somebody sweeps. Like,
I think that's kind of key.
Brad comes along, his cloud and just grabs it.
Yeah, because I think like baiting people into collecting items is the way to win Smash Bros.
Like that?
Like, yeah, you just set your little trap, and you're like, I knew you'd come for that Pokeball. Bop. I feel like that happens
Sure,
to me
yeah.
constantly too, Jones. Thanks for bringing us another entertaining year. Love and respect, Robert Lee.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Also, the thing about Love and Respect episodes, it's like we were talking about, was it on this podcast or the other one? I don't know. When we do 2 back-to-back, it's hard to remember.
Sure.
But you can't do the Love and Respect episode all the time. You got to, it's nice to have it at the end of the year because it's, you cherish it. You remember,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Cherish it.
pumpkin spice.
That was last week.
Candy canes. There you go. Candy cane mocha. It's nice. Or candy cane latte, right?
For what?
I don't know.
Starbucks, get the candy
Peppermint
cane.
mocha
Peppermint
frappuccino.
mocha, there it is.
Whoa, this dude.
I don't get it, so.
Starbucks
mocha.
expert.
Okay, this was crazy to me actually. This is a fun, crazy one. Per Platypus here. No question. I just wanted to share something I love and wasn't sure where where was the best to put it. Sure. Magi-Nation for the Game Boy Color was one of the best video game soundtracks of all time.
Oh.
I recently played the game, and it is dated for sure, but this soundtrack lives on as strong as ever. And if you have not heard it, I highly recommend it, especially Battle Theme 2 and the Shop Theme. Turns out, the soundtrack was done by Jerry Lim, who is a local high school teacher in my area, and it's the only video game he's ever worked on. Wow. I ended up finding his email and got to speak with him, and it ended up getting my copy of the game signed. Super nice guy, and I just wanted to share. Love and respect. Hope you had a wonderful day.
What's the game? Magi-Nation?
Yes, like
Magic? Or-
yeah, like magic
Yeah,
and then
I've
a
never
hyphen
heard of
and then
it.
nation. Yeah.
Cool, man.
I think I remember the box art. It might just have a blonde boy with a red shirt.
No idea.
Okay.
idea.
Now I kind of want to
Bill?
play Imagination. I kind of want to play another game. There was one that I thought of. By the way, 14 pages of Love and Respect here. We're not going to get to them all. We're not going to get to them all. I know.
Thank you, everybody.
That's what I feel about. It's like, okay, you get extra. You like this
I
is your
know,
chance to
yeah,
really
yeah.
get in, and then it's just like, oh no. Okay. Hi, allies.
It's a game within itself, picking
Yes.
Love and Respect.
At the Game Awards, we saw a trailer for Fast and Furious Crossroads,
We did.
which revealed that Vin Diesel and other members of the main cast are reprising their roles from the movies.
Other member.
No, Michelle Rodriguez was in it too.
This was
other member
of the cast.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
you know what I thought-
they showed off the Tyrese Gibson's character.
They did.
Oh,
I mean-
I got you.
They did.
Is it bad that I wasn't sure? Character models.
Oh, they are
I
rough.
think
They are
that's
rough.
him.
Yes.
You know what I thought actually that was going through that, and this is just horrible. But I'm sorry, my brain is just being melted by all of these announcements. There, I was like, I wonder if they would be bold enough to get Walker back in this thing.
I honestly thought the exact
Because wouldn't
same
that be a
thing.
coup? I wonder. I
coup?
kept thinking the whole time, like, would that be disrespectful or would that not? Would that be the opposite? You know,
That's
not
the
to,
reveal,
not to
right?
just not to steal this question.
No,
but
it's fine.
like, you know.
Yeah, I
Get
thought
some
it was
voice
coming.
match, especially if it's like a relative or something. Like,
Yeah.
no, they're coming in, and it's it was a story that they wanted
It's
to
a
tell.
prequel,
It was
yeah.
a script he already read, or
Yeah.
there were scenes from 7 or 6.
I mean, they
can't remember what
put
his last
dead
one was.
characters, dead people in Star Wars.
Yeah, but the guy died in a car crash.
I know, I'm just
a whole-
saying.
I don't know.
I get you.
I just thought about it.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer either way.
I have to be honest. I had the same thought. I thought it was
was-
coming. I was nervous
because
about
it was the last announcement. Keeley would not shut up about it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
was it Vin that he was talking about, or are we all about to be like uncomfortable for a second? I don't know. I don't know.
In honor of this, let's have another round of a previous Love and Respect game called Got 'em. You'll hear a famous movie role and a game based on that movie. If you think the game got the actor to reprise the role, say Got 'em.
I think we've done something like this before.
Oh yeah,
and-
this is a sequel. Yeah.
Oh, the sequel. Great.
This is a sequel to that very same game.
Cool. Duh, you just said that.
Yeah. So same person. So there were no
Thank
repeats,
you.
Jonesy.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, and he also included a note. There are no trick questions involving reused movie footage. Either they stepped into a recording booth for the game, or it doesn't count. I think last
Excellent.
time we were
Cool.
like, maybe they used lines.
I'm stoked that
So,
there's
yeah.
more to do a sequel to this.
Yeah. Thanks, Space Dom. Okay, here we go. Bruce Campbell as Ash in Evil Dead: Hail to the King on PS1, Dreamcast, PC.
Got him.
Got him every time.
Got
Yeah,
him?
He
You're
did
right.
all
Got
of
him.
those.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Start
Go
with
Bruce
an easy
Campbell.
one. Yep.
They got Spider-Man 2 got him. Bruce shows up for that stuff.
By the way, this is a stealth game where it's like, oh, I want to play this.
Yeah.
Because I love dumb licensed games. This is like a stealth
yeah, this is
suggestion.
like-
for
yeah,
how
this
to-
is you.
Those
yeah.
are fun. Did
Yeah.
you ever play any of those? The Evil Dead games are they're silly and they know they're silly.
I think I remember Hubert playing one. Maybe they do look kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Worth checking out. PS1, Dreamcast? Get that Dreamcast. Okay, Bruce Willis as John McClane in Die Hard Vendetta on PS2, Xbox, GameCube.
Didn't get it.
Didn't get him.
Got him.
Nobody gets Bruce Willis. Yeah.
Well,
actually,
no,
he was in that one game.
That one infamous game.
Yes.
That was- he played as Bruce Willis.
No, but he was out by that point. He was played by Michael Blanchard.
It's like Apocalypse or something. Or...
Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts in Iron Man.
Didn't get her.
Like, yes, got
Got
him.
her.
This is PS3 360. This is the Iron Man that came out when the first Iron Man movie came out.
Got her.
Got him.
Didn't got it.
She ain't doing that. She's too busy with Goop or whatever.
Good.
Was this the Sega one?
This was the second one,
Oh,
yes.
then never mind.
It's a good. It's a good. It's a good one though. I like that.
Yeah, because you won. Yeah, because it's not RDJ, right? Like obviously not RDJ.
Because like
yeah.
her character model's probably not in the game. She probably
Yeah.
just calls you a couple times, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I could say. And they were like, while she's in recording for the movie, they're like, can you just stay for another half an hour and read this stupid stuff?
Yeah, I think that's what's kind of fun. It's not the star. It's like, okay, maybe they could have got. Yeah, all right. So that was Meredith Monroe who did play that character. All right. Patrick Wilson as Night Owl in Watchmen: The End Is Nigh on PS3, 360, PC. Who remembered this game first?
Not me.
Not at all.
Totally
I'm
forgot
gonna
the
say
game.
got him though. I'm gonna say got him.
Yeah, I'll go. Got him.
And I'll go did it.
A weird deep cut.
They got him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
I kind of want to see that game again.
Yeah, what is-
I think there
what
was a
does it look
GTTV episode about this game, actually.
Yeah.
Crazy enough.
Whoa.
Yeah.
GGTV love those licensed games.
Yes. Keira Knightley as Elizabeth Swan in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. PS3, 360, Wii, PS2, PSP, PC.
get 'em?
Didn't get
Got
her.
her.
Didn't get her.
Didn't get her.
Eliza Schneider played Elizabeth
Didn't get her
Swan.
for Kingdom Hearts.
I love the actor shout out.
Yeah, I love it. Me
Appreciate
too, yeah. Sean Connery as James Bond.
No.
in
Didn't get him.
007 From Russia with Love.
Didn't
I
get
don't
him.
care if I'm
Get 'em.
wrong. No.
They got him.
They got Sean.
That was a weird game.
This is the one that he was on the cover. They had his
back.
big old
Well,
Sean Connery
yeah,
face.
but
Yeah.
they got his a likeness and voice are two different things.
I think he still did the voice, yeah.
They did it.
Wow.
Not Sean Connery.
PS2, Xbox, GameCube, PSP for that one.
Wow.
I bet that sounds so weird.
I bet
Yeah,
it does.
Sean Connery
Yeah.
did.
Young Sean Connery was just like,
Where's my gun?
Zachary Quinto as Spock in Star Trek. This was PS3, 360, PC.
Oh, yeah. I think they got
got
both.
him.
Yes.
Got him. Got him.
Got him.
Because I remember them not playing up the rest of the cast in any way whatsoever for that game. I remember that
Yeah.
game was literally just
Just
the
the two
of
guys
them,
on the
like,
cover, yeah.
and running around. They're
Yeah.
like, that's it.
This one I did buy, by the way.
Was
This
it
is-
a
So we
cover-based
sold on it.
shooter?
This
Couldn't
is-
get her.
Yeah.
It was third-person shooter, right?
Yeah, yeah.
they
Yeah.
fought
I saw this.
the-
I'm like, man, I got out of that game.
Whatchamacallit? They fought that race. I don't know why I'm blanking on it. I should know.
Klingon.
No.
No.
The green alien things. They
I
make
don't know
a joke
anything
in the
about
movie
Star
about
Trek.
it.
Can't help you, dude. Cannot help you.
Sorry, I should know it.
Amy Sedaris as Cinderella in Shrek the Third on PS2, 360, Wii, PC,
He
PSP,
did that bit
DS.
last time.
What bit?
He
What
did
did
the
he say?
same bit the
What
last
bit?
time we played this game.
What a bit.
You know, it's so funny. When
Huh.
Amanda was cast in that video game, she had like
Amanda who?
Amanda Troop.
Oh, okay.
She had like a bunch of lines. Her name is different from mine, but my lovely wife. She had a bunch of lines and only one made it in. Gotta clean, gotta clean.
Only one line got in this whole video game?
Gotta clean, gotta clean. That was
Cinderella,
it.
yeah.
So every cutscene that popped up, we were like, oh, no. And then, oh, maybe this one. Oh, wait. He's like, that was
Gotta
me. That was
clean,
me.
gotta clean.
Yeah, Coraline was the last joke
Yeah.
for the last game that we played.
Uh,
And Amy Sedaris is funny that I didn't know that she played in.
guess who's buying Shrek the Third, dude?
Got it.
Gotta clean, gotta clean.
Dude, I got it.
Yeah, you have it?
I got the disc.
For
yeah,
what?
if
What,
you
do
want
you,
it.
what
For Wii.
console? Okay, all right. I'd prefer 360, but okay.
Okay.
Wesley Snipes as Blade in Blade on PS1.
Didn't get it.
Dude, I'm gonna say got him.
Didn't get him.
Damn it.
Red Pepper played him, but this is a game I gotta get.
Yeah.
Blade on PS1?
Like
This
a
is
Devil May
all
Cry
Kyle
style
Bates.
game?
All of this.
Oh, I want to say too, just for love to shout out to the missus. I think that was her first video game.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
First thing she booked in.
Oh, that's really
Third,
cool.
dude.
Nice.
Gotta clean.
I mean, I was
gotta clean.
incensed. I was incensed that it was Shrek, but yeah, I was proud of her.
Yeah. Bruce Boxleitner as Tron
Yes.
in Tron
Got
2.0.
him. Got him.
Yes.
Was this a big deal at the time? I have no idea.
I just know he did a lot of that stuff. He did Kingdom Hearts as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's the raw.
And he did well, he's Tron, and he did he was in Legacy, and so yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they got him.
Bruce loves that franchise, and
Sure. He was in.
bummer we didn't get Legacy
Rinsler.
2.
I know.
Halle Berry as Storm in X-Men, the official game.
Didn't get her.
Didn't get her.
Didn't get her. She was hot at the time. It's
Yeah.
hard to get Holly. You know, it's hard to book her. Deborah
that-
Wilson played Holly Berry.
what's it called? It's you platinum it on on PlayStation, but what is it when you platinum a Xbox game? If
You just got all the
gamer score,
achievements.
you just got all their gamer score.
Yeah.
1,000 gamer
That's
score.
the problem.
A
Yeah.
1,000 gamer scored.
X-Men the official game?
Because I reviewed it, and when I was done, I had like 980, and I was like, all right.
So is this a cool game?
The thing that's funny about that game is X-Men 3. This came out before X-Men 3. And they just
Yeah.
called it X-Men the video game. I was like,
Right.
what's going on? And two interesting things about that game. One, X-Men 3, Nightcrawlers, bye. Alan Cummings bamfed out of that franchise before they did 3. And X-Men the video game like explains it.
Oh, no.
Kinda.
Oh.
And Nightcrawler is very fun in that game.
Oh, so you get to be in.
Nightcrawler's super, super fun. Yeah,
Cool.
It's like it's kind of like Arkham-esque before Arkham, where they solved like because Tenshu, which we love, like you have to manually like aim, like I want to go to there, and then Arkham was like, what if there's a circle that just kind of dances around the environment, doesn't look ugly, doesn't really get in the way, but you can just jump off a building and know. I'm gonna land somewhere good.
Yeah.
And it kind of had that. Like you would have this little blue flame that would just dance around the environment, and that's where you're gonna bamf to. And you could just bam. And so it was fun to like always have that button, and somebody would go up to attack, and you're just like, nope, bye.
This game sounds sweet.
Yeah. You play as Iceman and of course Wolverine because he's got to be in every X-Men game.
Has to be. Kelly McDonald as Mirinda in Brave.
Huh. No.
Didn't get her.
They got her.
Ah.
They got her. They got her.
Nice.
Steve Carell as Gru in Despicable Me.
No.
No.
They got him! They got him! This is like the top of my list now. I gotta have that game.
Gru. Which Despicable Me? Just the first one?
First one. This is on PS2.
Dude,
Wii,
you
and
gotta do the
PSP.
trilogy.
I have to.
You gotta do the trilogy.
Yes. I mean, like 3 did not get a game.
Oh,
right?
Minions. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing really gets a game anymore.
Right,
This
so,
is a-
like,
this
they're
is a
all phone
bygone era.
games.
That's
Yes.
why this, there might be a sequel to this game, but then that's it.
Yeah,
This
I'm-
well is drying up.
I need that game.
There's gonna be a ton of minions.
Yes, right?
Yeah, just running around.
Ooh. Okay. Hey, allies.
I live for Brad's impersonation of a minion.
Banana.
I have been eagerly awaiting the full release of Media Molecule's Dreams, but I think it has a huge problem.
Oh.
Dreams doesn't have its own mascot. Sackboy was a huge part of Little Big Planet's success. Do you think the marketing team dropped the ball? Or do you think Dreams is too broad of a game to be confined to a single character? Love and respect, Quasnog.
Potentially both. You got the imps.
So that's what I was thinking. The imps are basically your cursor of the game.
Yeah, you're staring at it the entire time, and you can but you can customize it. So
I don't see the
you
imps
can
in the
customize
marketing,
Sackboy,
dude.
but there was always like the default Sackboy.
Where's the imp on the box? Where's,
I think they're-
what's
yeah.
the deal? They're not marketing
Is
these
there even a
imps.
box?
No.
I don't know. I
There's
mean,
key art, though. I don't see it in the key art.
at the same time, like, isn't there like the extreme, very real possibility of being turned off by a game because some character just looks dumb?
Yes.
Yeah, like that story, the guy that bought Medal of Honor
Yeah.
because he wanted a grown-up game.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder if you have like I think there is kind of a strange appeal. I think that's why Dreams will like slowly start to get people because it just every time you see it, it'll be something new. And so like eventually you just get to a point where you're like, what's going on with this weird game? Whereas if like every time you see it and like, this little guy keeps popping up and you're like, okay, all right, that guy.
Yeah.
Then it's like defined for you. It's always going to be that, like that. You're always going to have to like enjoy that world through the lens of that weirdo that you may or may not like.
Yeah.
So
I do think marketing wise, I think Dreams needs its killer level. I think it needs that thing that's just like iconic Dreams. There it is. Do you know? I think it needs.
Sure.
I do think it needs a thing where it's the one that really sparks everybody. Because I don't think it has something that we all grab onto yet. We saw that trailer recently. At State of Play, where they announced that the game will be officially released next year. I do forget the release date. Excuse me for that. But yeah, it was just full of stuff. It was full of their created levels, the community's created levels. Like maybe the kaiju thing is worth like that's
Yeah.
almost there.
I think
but
I think
that's
this is
the
like
fan level, by
against
the way.
Media Molecule's like policy, just
Yeah.
creative policy. But like I just if they're listening to this over the holidays or something, like I strongly advise you when you launch that game in February, and I boot that game up. Like I know it seems you want to like be like, hey, look at the you're at the hometown buffet. It's like, hey, do you want mashed potatoes? Do you want the salad? Like
Yeah.
point me in a direction.
Yes.
Tell me, go
Yes.
this
Yeah.
right now before you do anything else. Not creating, not this other thing, not like, here's the fundamentals of this game. Like, they kind of have a little intro. It's like, throw me into the absolute 10 best games you made, period.
Yes.
Pick the best parts of them, make those 30 seconds long each, and in 5 minutes, just blow my mind. Like the guy in the Magnavox commercial. Make me just like, what?
I'm with you. And I think
all of that
marketing-
was made in this?
Yes.
Okay, now when you say, here's how you open doors, I kind of want to learn how to do it. Now
Yeah.
when you give me the tools, like, holy crap, I just played a kaiju and then a platformer and then this horror game and then some other fun thing. And, but it's like, yeah, if you open up everything, if you give people every option, they tend to pick nothing.
Same. And I think marketing should show 3 or 4 levels.
But there's also the weird dreams thing of, I don't know how much pressure. It's really hard to gauge how much pressure Media Molecule has from Sony to make that game "quote unquote" successful.
Yeah. Right.
Like them finishing it, might have just been the win. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. But like, think of like Minecraft and Roblox. Both of they've got cover boys. Mm-hmm. I think Dreams needs a little cover boy. Cover girl.
I could see it.
Yeah. I think it's not the imp. I think you're right. That's
Yeah.
just like it's
And I
not
don't think
that
it's gonna
thing.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they just love to show new stuff.
They do. Okay. Fun question. Is this a game? Yeah, this is kind of like a game. Okay, here we go. Hey, allies. As we reach the end of the decade, I thought it might be fun to see how much the panel remembers of the last 10 years in video games. Below
That's your chance.
is a list of well-known releases from the last 10 years alongside their release dates. Can the panel remember what year, month, or day they were released? I'm only going to ask for a year. Let's
Michael
not-
Damiani can.
Yep. Love and respect, Mika. Okay, here we go. Destiny.
2013.
2015.
2014.
14.
14.
Isn't it crazy we had 3 different years,
Oh,
though?
it
Yeah,
was a
it's-
year later.
Yeah, a year after next
yeah.
gen. Yeah. But it is crazy because
It's
that
because
came
it's
out
cross-gen. That's why
it did come
confused
out on
me.
360 in
Yeah.
2014, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember 14 was like that real tough year to figure out a goatee.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that Destiny was not
Was that the
in the
Hearthstone
running
one?
at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in the running at all.
September of 2014. Yeah. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
2017.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember the month?
March
Do you remember the day?
3rd.
Oh, it's March 3rd. Come on, dude.
Same day as Final Fantasy.
That's not right. That's not right. Okay.
It is
to
right.
be.
Come on.
That's right. It's right.
It's very right. It'd be wrong if you didn't.
This is hard.
I'd be upset.
Fortnite Battle Royale.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Battle Royale. 20. Was it 2017?
No.
2017?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I just remember
Nice.
Mike just talking about forever.
Wow. That
Yeah.
is not long at all.
Do you remember what time of the year it was?
No. I have
September. September
Wow,
26th.
September.
Yep. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
2015.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, Brad.
What month?
April? I don't remember.
Super close. May.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it's a May game. That's pretty crazy. Pokemon Go.
2016.
Yes. Nice. I feel like the month is easier to remember too. What month
It was
was it?
summer, I think.
It is the summer.
Because we were all out at night.
June?
And that
Yeah.
wouldn't have been winter.
July.
July,
July.
yeah.
July 6, 2016.
I forget.
Minecraft.
2011.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
That was the hardest one. Minecraft. I was like,
Yeah,
when
I
did
was
that
early.
come out?
man.
Yes.
You said decade. I'm like, it's 2010 or 11. It's
Yeah.
the start.
That was so magical.
That was a guess. I
And
didn't-
I'm like November
know.
18th, but who can? Yeah, that's tough. Mass Effect 2.
2011.
No.
2010.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice,
And
Jones.
Mass Effect 1 was 2007?
I think so. It was,
Jeez.
Because I remember that's when
Yeah.
2007 was just, that was like that
It was-
crazy, crazy year.
Yeah.
So I will say it released
Yeah.
at a weird time. When did Mass Effect 2 release?
January.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew January. Just can't remember the year.
January 26th.
Huh.
And that still showed up at
Because it
Goaties.
got
yeah.
delayed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that was the start of all these games started coming out. That was the start of, January can be a month for games. Ooh.
Clearly, yeah, it's cool. Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn.
2013,
Okay.
and it came out in, August was.
Yes?
Yeah, it was, I can't remember the weekend, though.
August 27th,
Yeah, it was the end of the
2013.
month, but I don't remember which one.
Dude, it was
Really
that long
good.
ago. Jeez, I remember playing the beta for that.
Yeah,
feel
then
old
like
now, dude.
public access began first week of September.
Hearthstone.
2015?
No, 2014.
2014.
Oh,
we just
of
talked
course.
about that.
Sorry,
Yep,
that,
yep, yep.
yeah.
I just guessed, but nice. Brad.
March 11th, 2014.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was earlier that year because I played it every day of that year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
you were
It's out
cheaper
now.
than, dude.
It was definitely out before then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last one. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
2011, yeah.
2011, yes.
Right.
Give me
November.
It was November.
November, yes.
Was it 11th?
Yes!
Yeah.
Nice, Brad.
I knew it was like right around when Dark Souls came out, or the same day.
11/11/11, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That's a good release
awesome.
date.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can see it in the font. 11. It's too good to pass up.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
I love those juicy release dates because they're locked. You know, that's an embarrassing one to cross out.
Dude, so we're gonna get Sky or Elder Scrolls 6?
Like a decade later.
Yeah, wow. And it'll be the same, dude.
It won't be the same.
I feel like yeah.
It'll be the pain.
How much of that though was by how much of that was by choice though? Because that game
Dovahkiin.
sold so well
Yeah.
and kept
I know.
selling well. Like
Yeah, I
GTA 5 as well.
I'm just saying their track record.
Skyrim
pretty
coming
bad
to,
They should do a decade edition for Skyrim.
Dude,
Guess so.
like
I would not be surprised, Damiani.
A decade
Game of the
edition.
Decade edition.
yes. The tradition lives on.
Yeah. Dude, gotta put it on
Why is it not-
Series X,
yeah, why is it-
man.
no,
No, Stadia. Got to bring it to Stadia.
Series X,
Yeah,
yeah,
why is it
everything.
nominated for best ongoing game?
What the
A
hell
whole
is Skyrim
decade?
on Stadia? What the-
Come on.
What's going on?
Decade of updates, VR support.
Oh,
What's up?
Get those mods on Stadia.
These are fun ones. MC Griffin. Hey, allies. As a group, you all seem to have generally mixed feelings about open world games, from Jones's unabashed love of the genre to Huber's exacerbation at checklists and markers dotting a map. But it is non-controversial to say that certain franchises have been improved by making the jump to a more open world style of
This
game.
gen especially.
Red Dead, Witcher, Metal Gear, and Zelda, to name a
Zelda,
few.
big time, yeah.
Yep. But could this work in reverse?
Pokemon.
What open world games does the panel think could be improved by switching to a more traditional, finely crafted experience instead of a procedural, emergent one?
I'm out.
Excited to hear your thoughts. Love and respect.
Wait,
Damiani's
so-
got one locked and loaded.
Well, I mean, are they expecting like a series that's known for being open world, or
No.
like one of the most recent games was open world, and we maybe should backpedal?
Are you thinking about Final Fantasy 15?
That's one of them. Final
Oh.
Fantasy 15.
And what else are you thinking about?
Give me a second because I just forgot.
Oh, okay.
But let's still talk
Final
about Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
15.
15 is the big one.
I
for
think
sure.
it could help. I think
their games. I think there was a rush to
Oh.
push some games into open world design
Mm-hmm.
when they needed like a half step measure. They didn't need to go to the full step.
Yeah.
I think more open environments definitely would help, but going full blown open world with like checklist stuff like that wasn't necessarily the answer, because to me Final Fantasy 15 just felt really empty, whereas they could have made big regional areas with more stuff to do in them, I think, at the sacrifice of like, oh, it's not seamless.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing that I didn't play 15. One of them's staring us in the face, Ghost Recon. That we made a video where Huber was just like,
Yeah.
"Come on." let's
Do you think
take
it would
back."
help?
I mean, I Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter is still one of the most electrifying like releases. That was like right when HD happened. That's when I got a surround sound system, and I remember like one explosion just like made me crap my pants. Like,
Yeah.
And so there were things they could do, specifically timing out story beats that I miss from that series, or specifically having like, because I don't care to play Breakpoint with another person, but it's like having one specific mission that was real hard, and then we would like lose it and be like, okay, this isn't like some dumb base we're gonna try and go get. Like, let's try this mission again. We'll try it again tomorrow night. We'll go back and like finish that mission, kind of like in a Call of Duty. You remember those missions, and like Ghost Recon's lost that. But just personally, I dig any franchise
that.
going open world because I'm a junkie. I love the
Stop that.
genre
That's
so
not
much.
what this question was. Stop
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
We're going back.
we got another one. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5. I would go back to not having open world in Metal Gear Solid. I don't think I need it.
Yeah, good for 5. Hey, try it out. But I
Yeah.
get you absolutely.
That series, I think, benefits from a little bit more focus.
One locale.
Yeah, I was thinking Tomb Raider.
Oh,
that's
Tomb
not-
Raider's like
is that?
not like it's like technically
It's
open, I
Fallen Order.
guess.
It's like the exact
Yeah,
same
it's like
design.
that. It's not like
Fallen Order, I love.
so.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
the same vibe.
Yeah, it's like that. It's not like I guess there's like different categories of open world now.
Yeah. So I got to a point in
It's
Tomb
not like
Raider
Red Dead.
where this is where I quit, Brad, is I checked and there were just like 8 people in a town who wanted me to do things.
Sure, yeah.
And it's just like
You don't want to do it.
I don't want to do those things.
Why didn't you skip them?
Because what's nice about Tomb Raider was Shadow the Tomb Raider,
Yes.
is that they give you nice benefits
Yeah.
for doing side quests.
Yeah.
Like they're all worth it.
Yeah,
But
but
it
it was
sucks. Yeah.
It was either beat the game or just stop, and you're like, nah.
Yeah, and just
Okay,
stopped.
yeah, that's
just
fair.
bailed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I just kind of like what Jones just said. I think there's something to levels sometimes. I think there's just sometimes to like a mission that just goes this way.
But like Tomb Raider's like laid out where it's like you're going through a section how it's designed to be. Stuff is just connected, and there's
Yeah.
like some little open areas to it. But yeah, it's not like huge playing of field. You're walking around like Final Fantasy 15 or something like
right,
that.
that totally not. You're right.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to do. So when you have something that big, it's hard to craft like a specific area as well to have them navigate through a specific area.
Yeah.
Because like you can just do whatever you want. So I think it's hard to do for some games like that. But I like games that have big open areas, which I would love Final Fantasy to do, is have a huge open area, but also parts where it's much more segmented and like linear of you going through an area. But you can come back to an area or something like that later. Because like the old ones were like that. All the PS1s were like that.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Remake, dude.
Yeah, we'll see
Dude.
how
Part
they do
2.
it. Yeah.
Remake Part 2.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't even know what this one's gonna be like. How they handle the world.
I mean, this one, we got a big old city.
I don't know if you're gonna be freely to explore it though. I don't know how it's gonna be.
We're gonna explore that
Maybe.
city, Brad.
They could just throw it. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Oh man,
They've been very.
you're right. We'll
they
have
have not
chunks of
shown
city.
that.
We'll have chunks of city. I do wonder if there's gonna be like some like a bus you can get on, and it's just like
Yeah,
oh,
there's the
just drop you
train
off
and
here.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could totally do that for sure.
Okay. Damiani, did you think of your other one?
No, it might have been Metal Gear, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he said Metal
But
Gear,
like an
I'm
example of like because Brad made a great point about like there are different degrees of open world.
Yes.
Like the environments like in Xenoblade Chronicles or even Chronicles 2, like they're big,
Yeah.
but like you don't seamlessly go. Like you have to load into a new area. So that's enough for me for most games. Like I feel like there needs to be a very specific purpose behind doing overworld open, like the giant version of open world.
Yes.
And like you need to do it well. And I think only a very few companies have proven they can do it extremely well and not start to feel a little generic. Like the different ingredients in there are like nothing special. It's just they did it for the sake of, hey, look, we're a big open world game.
Yeah. I mean, Breath of the Wild doesn't need more praise, but I do feel that they started with the idea of this will be open world and what will benefit this and what should we get rid of that won't benefit
Yeah.
this. And it just shows. Love that.
Yeah.
Cool. Fun question. There was a nasty one. I want to do a nasty one.
Oh, okay.
I like some spicy
Yeah, you
questions. I don't know if it's really nasty. Okay. Does the Game Awards need reveals? Do the reveals being such an integral part of the Game Awards take something away from the awards themselves?
For sure.
More than just time, but the actual conversation surrounding the event. For example, so many awards were handed off stage, which was strange, but what was stranger was much of the conversation surrounding the Game Awards was about the lackluster amount of satisfying world premieres. Imagine watching the Oscars and people commenting, I was disappointed that there wasn't a reveal for the next Nolan film, or wow, that Dune trailer was fantastic, rather than discussing the actual awards. It would feel strange. So why is this the case for arguably the biggest award show in gaming? If the Game Awards did not have reveals, would it still be popular? Would people tune into a pure awards show? Should it even have these reveals and trailers? Love and respect. Varun Kachawaha.
They will have so many less eyes on them if they don't have reveals.
Mm.
So
Now,
many.
if they, like, did
Yeah,
it-
because they've
you know,
set
they
up
did
this
a 180,
president of the Game
they'd be in
Awards.
trouble.
Yeah, I was gonna say we talked about this last week a little bit, didn't we? I thought like was on the Easy Allies podcast where I said the award show feels like it's trying to Keely's trying to juggle a lot of different things with this show. It's
Sure.
like it's a
Yes.
multiple thing, but it does feel like the award part suffers for the sake of reveals and presenters essentially because it needs to have a lot of eyeballs on it. It needs to generate this buzz, and it also needs people need to be interested in it for it to keep going and stuff. And I feel like I've seen Keely at some point, like he's been pretty open about discussing like what goes into decision making to an extent and why it is the way it is to
Right.
detractors who are like, hey, I want to hear the criticism, I want to address it. And I swear I remember him saying at one point, like, if we just took away game reveals, like we can't do the Game Awards. Is one of the prices you have to pay. Same with the musical acts. I think they've gotten better at the selection of musical acts, but like it's a thing that it's a necessary evil, I guess, if you view it that way, for the awards part to exist. And I don't think we do have award shows. We have more focused award shows. We have the GDC Game Awards.
Dice.
And we have the DICE Awards. No one
Which
really.
ones are the golden joysticks? Is that a whole
golden
thing too?
joysticks are.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people pay too much attention to DICE, except for like they see the announcements of the winners. Like no one like watches it. GDC, I think, it is live streamed. Some people watch it, but it's not nearly the same thing as the Game Awards. So yes, there will people who will watch a pure award show. It will not be what the Game Awards is, and it will never approach something on the caliber of the Oscars or the Emmys or anything like that. This is what it takes to get there, but you do have these problems. These issues. You have three parts of the show's trying to be three different things at once, and that's why people expect the announcements. It is that's part of the Game Awards.
Yeah,
and it's not unreasonable to expect. Oh, there weren't big announcements there. Oh, that was a little bit of a letdown because that's what it's become. People look to it as like the big winter event. Like we're already talking like next year. Oh, especially since PlayStation Experience went the way they're not doing it anymore. Everyone looks to the Game Awards for like there's E3, and then like no matter what happens in the fall, if all the other shows stink or don't even happen, we've got the Game Awards. It's the big time to announce other games, and there are big announcements there, so the precedent is there.
It's very funny. So one of the writer of the Game Awards, texted me after, and he was like, "Hey, how come people are mad at us because there was no new Smash character?"
Right.
He's like,
Batman was the big one.
He didn't get it, right? He's like reading the comments of like, "Wait, what did I do? What did I do wrong?" It's just like,
Poor person.
Yeah.
It's not their fault.
And what's funny about the
Every
reveals?
time they switched.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Feel the room just explode. And then, Ultimate Alliance. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, that one immediately. You see Marvel, and you're like, "Oh, maybe."
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the crazy thing about world premieres is that, it's not even just drawing people in, but I mean, some of those are like basically the ad slots, right? And so it's just like, it's the way to support the show as well. I do think there's like blowback though. I do think, you have to, it's a fine balance you have to have, but I don't know, it's strange. I wonder if it has to be reeled back next year. I wonder if there was, you know what I mean? We can all make we can make the justifications of just like, hey, it has to be this because of this. But I wonder if, you can push it too far and like have to reel back.
Yeah, I agree, Kyle. I don't think it's gotten completely out of hand, but I think it is spiraling towards that direction where it might be better to do something now or for next year rather than let it get further out of hand. It's definitely first and foremost an announcements event, and game show is second fiddle to the announcements. But I also think I don't think the Game Awards needs as many announcements as it has. I think there's just too many. I think it was oversaturated this year.
I think that was kind of our vibe last week, right?
Yeah,
So it's like I had too many to even talk about on the podcast.
It's just like, you do really need, like, it's already a long show. Do you really need all this? And I understand some of them were like smaller developers and studios getting a chance to showcase something for the first time. It's a huge platform. But I feel like someone needs to be a little bit more picky about what is there.
Yeah.
I mean, they can still have a small one, but like pick one of them. Like, out of like the 5 or 6 smaller ones you had, pick the one you really want to have there. It will make it more special. It will stand out. I think it'll give the show a little bit more focus as well, and it'll ease some of the blowback that like this is more about advertisements and marketing than it is about celebrating and rewarding the best games of the year.
Here's another weird thing I'll say. This is just a thought I had just now. I wonder if this is true. That, you know how millennials are killing everything?
Oh, yeah.
Like Applebee's,
And Joker fans.
envelopes. Yeah, and Joker fans especially. I wonder how much we really care about awards.
Not at all.
Do you know?
Very, very, very little.
I do
Well, you
wonder-
talk about blowback, and it's like every award show is going to have blowback. Every Game Awards is going to have blowback. Every Game Awards is going to piss a lot of people off. I think Keeley almost kind of counts on that.
Sure.
It's. I think Keeley's kind of got to sift through all of the anger after every Game Awards and be like, okay, what do I want to focus on? Not I got to fix all these problems, but like, yeah, okay, I think he invested a little bit too much in Vin Diesel being on stage, and it's like if he's not attached to a game we're excited about, that excitement's going to fizzle real hard when we see that, the gameplay. And I even think cutting a minute out of that trailer would have helped, just like, oh, Cowers and him, okay, great.
Yeah.
And we realize, oh, that's a silly game, but what a fun thing. And it just goes on for another 60 seconds of like, here come the wrecking balls. And you're like,
Yeah.
But it's just everyone's their favorite isn't going to win. Everyone, and I even think back to like Greg Miller's infamous speech. Like we've never had that again. We never had like Dr. Disrespect didn't like, oh, that really meant something to him. Like even Sonic Fox last year, like that didn't happen again this year. He was kind of like, oh, it's been a crazy season. This is good for me. Thanks.
Are you criticizing someone's acceptance speech?
I'm just saying, like, you can't count on those moments. It doesn't matter how much Keeley, and a little bit, but like you can't. There's only so much planning Keeley can do.
Right.
It's like Keeley didn't make the Xbox. Keeley didn't name it Series X, but like, of course, when the Xbox team reached out to him and they're like, we're thinking of dropping a little console news. And like, oh my, how can I turn that down?
Yeah, I hear you.
But I think he should have ended with that. But then maybe they didn't want to. Like, I don't. I think every year is going to shift. Every year is going to be a correction from the year before. And judging by the traffic of, it's like, whatever you're doing, whatever, goes into wherever your mindset is already looking at the next year, like keep going the way you're going.
That's the thing is, right? Like we'll watch E3 and we'll give everything a D and we'll be right back there next year. You know what I mean? We watch the Game Awards, like too many commercials. I'll watch it again next year. It's just that kind of thing. It's like, we're hooked, man.
But Game Awards are interesting because it's tough to know what you guys looked at versus what is happening there. And it's interesting to like, I remember like when the show was over and I was walking up the aisle and looking at my phone, everybody was like, no Batman. And I was like, oh yeah. That was I wasn't thinking Batman at all throughout the entire show. It just didn't cross my mind because every time the lights go down, it's like, I just want to see what this is. I'm not
Baby,
like, this.
when the...
Yeah, I'm like, this better be this. It's like, who knows what this is going to be? This is crazy. And what bummed me out, and not to be like, shame on all of you naysayers, but like what I love that the Game Awards is doing is like all these interesting stories about like making a game about refugees, making a game about, creating awareness about this thing, or like this dev, had an interesting journey, or, like, wow, look, Grease won. Wow, look, like these games that maybe weren't getting a lot of press. Wow, Disco Elysium is kicking ass. Like Disco Elysium is winning more than Death Stranding. What's happening right now? Like that's the stuff when you're there that feels exciting.
Yeah.
And then it's weird to go out afterwards and it's just like, no, Smash show sucked.
Yeah.
Period. Like that is literally the qualifier.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't necessarily think that's Keeley's fault, but if you literally go into an E3 press conference, a PSX, a Nintendo Direct, anything with one qualification, it's like, even that Resident Evil 3, when we showed up for State of Play, it was like, this might not happen. Like we might, and I think they played on that, starting with Resistance first. Like that was a fun play.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Keeley doesn't control what's there, like in terms of announcements.
Right.
Like none of the blame for that should go on him or anyone involved with like making the show. That's like the developers and publishers. If they decide not to show something there, like direct your anger about no Smash reveal at Nintendo. Like, hey, where is it? If
No. Don't have anger.
Yeah, don't
have
direct
anger.
anger.
Whatever,
Yeah,
like your complaint or
Your
whatever.
opinions.
Like,
Sure.
don't direct it. I mean, it seemed like it got a little heated, but like, don't direct it at the Game Awards or Keeley.
Sure.
The one thing though is Keeley is a showman. He did sell the level of
little too
announcements
much,
at the beginning. And like when you let off, we talked about this last week, when we let off with Xbox Series X so early, and Keeley's like, that's just the start, baby. It's like, okay, we are in for one heck of a ride, and it doesn't pan out. That's I think that was the way Keeley invited some of the like criticisms.
You know what?
For that.
Fair point.
And
I'll
then,
say
like,
that's a
and
fair
that's
point,
like that's something to keep in mind next time. Is like, I
Yeah.
know you want people to watch the show, but like. Like sometimes language matters, and it might have sounded like it felt good in rehearsals or saying it like this is gonna be great and stuff, but then the reality of it is it comes out this way. The other thing is the awards. Like I don't know if there's actually so much blowback about who wins what. Honestly, I mean, there's always gonna be people who like in fandoms that are gonna like argue about that. I don't think that's necessarily this year. The concern going in was like, oh, Death Stranding's nominated for so many things, but then it didn't end up winning almost anything. So it's like, okay,
Best direction.
Yeah, I mean,
music.
but
Best
it didn't
music, yeah.
sweep everything. Like
Yes.
people are like, oh, it's gonna win Game of the Year and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think again, to reiterate, it's just the manner how some of the awards are handled versus soundtrack presented on the side, not on the main stage. You don't let like the team come up and celebrate that award versus who gets it on the stage and stuff. Like that's some stuff to consider as well. I think that would help the award element.
And that's what I was alluding to with speeches.
Yeah.
It's like it does miss that representation of those devs. Getting interesting people up there. Disco Elysium was one of the only opportunities I think I felt where you could feel her like, what am I doing on the stage? This is crazy having all of you look at me.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's those are the memories from the Oscars that we still play 30, 40 years later. Like Sally Field, you love me, you really love me. Like,
And this is a weird thing. This is like, it's just production stuff, but like when you think of the Oscars, when you think of maybe it's when they do it for like best performance, but they absolutely do it for best picture. They show you longer clips. They get you invested in movies you've not even seen before. You know what I mean? They really catch you up. The orchestra playing music from the Game of the Year games, I think, is good. That gets us all invested.
Fantastic.
It's like, oh, this was a good year in games. You know, you do feel that. But I think some categories, you don't feel that. You know, you see a quick montage and then it's like, we're back in. And it's like, I have no idea what that game was, you know? And so I do think that Oscars do a good job with that. They'll like, even for best screenplay, they'll show a line and then they'll show a page of the script next to it. Like, that's just good visually. That's just good catching an audience up to those things. And I think like some old media stuff like the Oscars is still worth copying. I think some stuff like that is really good.
First of all, cue corrections. It's you like me, you really like me. So I'm avoiding that correction next time.
Well done.
And another thing that I thought of when I was there was it's interesting that like, and now a song from Cyberpunk. It's like, well, that's 2020. So it's interesting. Oscar sure doesn't do that. They're not like, ooh, and next year, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
MTV
no,
Awards
it's
would,
only
though, yeah.
about this last year.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if that could be, if you take some of that stuff out, you can make room for, you know, like, let me know what some weird stats, you know, what sold the most this year? What, you know, like,
what?
Just make a montage of like, here are weird things that happened this year.
Matt Piscatella.
I would love that actually. Just like,
Because
welcome,
it's a
everyone.
pride thing, you know. It's
Yeah.
like look at that the crazy Fortnite stream that tons of people watched. Like was it Drake that played there, or was it?
Oh, that was Drake, but
Marshmello.
that was
that
last
was-
year.
That was last year.
Or the
Something
year
like
before,
that.
yeah.
Something that we can celebrate being in an industry. Doesn't matter what job we have, what company we work for. That was cool that happened.
Yeah.
Just like a year in review, quick 3-minute thing.
What's funny though, to go back to where Damiani started, that's time that's not making money, and like
of
you
course.
just like it didn't
it's
fit
not-
in the show. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Same thing with the acceptance speeches.
Yeah, you had to like lose money sometimes. Yeah, I agree with that. It's an investment. I think that's it for 11 Respect Only episode.
okay.
I think we're good. I'm like trying to find one that's just like, oh, this is so short, we can get this in. Yeah, let's do like a super short little one.
Okay.
Let's do a super short little one. This one's cute too. Okay, all right. Dear allies, this is my first submission to LNR. Ooh, and I got in. Okay. By the way, I get that every time, and I like want to get them in, but it's just like, okay. After finally supporting you on Patreon, which was long overdue, my apologies. No apologies accepted. But I was wondering, what are the panel's most cherished video game-related Christmas gifts? You can even do gifts. For me, it was Christmas 1998 when I received both Metal Gear Solid and Xenogears as gifts that year. I don't even remember what else I might have gotten because of how cherished those games are to me. LNR, Jacer. So yeah, any video game gifts that just stand out to you? Jones looks ready to go.
The
He's
Nintendo
nodding.
64. It was in a big box. It was like the Riddler gave it to me. It was in a giant box with question marks all over it.
Really?
And I asked my brother and my parents, "What the hell is this?" And they were like, "Well, I don't know." And I was like, "Well, wait. If you don't know, so then it's for me. If none of you know, then it's obviously for me, and you're doing a bit." And they were like, and I was like, "Just okay. I don't care if it's not for me. Just let me know if it's not for me, because then that's fine."
How
They
old
were
are
just
you?
like,
How old is this, Jones?
I mean, when did the Nintendo 64 come out? Let's do the math.
1996.
So I was 17.
Okay.
In high school.
Okay.
And I was just like, it's fine. It's fine. I don't need it. I just let me, And then sure enough, opened it that day.
don't
And
need it.
I mean, my brother enjoyed it as well. But
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. That's cool. 64. Thanks, guys.
What game did you have for it?
Super Mario 64. And yeah, I didn't get GoldenEye GoldenEye wasn't launched, but
Yeah.
for like way late. I'd have a friend be like, I think you'd enjoy this. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, it was all about Super Mario 64. That was like the game to get good at.
Did you scream?
Probably. Yeah. I just. Sex Day 4.
Yeah, did you scream like that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Michael Damiani.
So the thing is, I trying to remember getting I don't think I have a system one, unfortunately.
Oh, that's fine.
Because systems.
There's for 2 games right here, yeah.
So how it worked with me growing up was grades were the thing dangled as the way to get games. So getting good grades meant I could get something, and like N64 for me was tied to all like you just need to get like good grades through the semester and stuff, and then when it comes out, we'll get it for you. And it came out like in September, so it was like before the grade before, like
Yeah.
I'd done that and stuff, but also to maintain the grades through that. So by doing that, like I got N64, and I did, like how it went for me was like got my report card, showed it to my parents, and I said, okay, your grandmother is going to be buying it for you, so we'll let her know. and then asking every day, did grandma get it? Did grandma get it? And it's like, yeah, she got it. And like, oh, but like she didn't like get it right away. So it's coming like a week. Like she gave me the second shipment of that. So it'll be like 2 weeks after. Oh, like you won't like, I didn't get it. I didn't open it and start playing it till sometime in October. Came out like in September, got it in October and like played Mario 64. And I was like, this is cool. And I was like,
This is cool.
but I
So it
didn't-
worked.
But I didn't have,
Good to know. Good to know.
but like I also remember
Dangle those games.
other people talking about N64
Good to know.
before. Yeah, like GameCube, I already was like I had like a summer job, so GameCube was mostly bought by me, and it was something I took to school eventually. A lot of my games I had to like buy through like jobs. Like the present stuff comes from Super Nintendo. Like someone going on like dad going on a business trip or grandma visiting would give me like a game as a gift.
Yeah,
like once a year.
Which one stands out?
So
dude?
the
Which
ones
one?
that stand out would probably be obviously A Link to the Past because I was like asking it for like a long time.
Yeah.
And it was my grandmother when she came to visit, like had it with her, and I was like, oh, this is like so cool.
So she walks in the door.
It was like it was handed to me like wrapped, I believe, because I remember I had to like unwrap it. So it might have been around my birthday, I'm guessing.
Cool.
And maybe if I remember right, that one, and then like like I was expecting it though because I was like I'd been
Yeah,
waiting for this
for
game
this
for a
one
long
specific
time.
thing, yeah.
And like the box,
You
I
know
was,
the
like,
shape.
Just looking at the box, like
Yes.
this looks so cool.
Yeah.
Because the number one thing for me, Kyle, was the original NES Zelda. Many years after it came out, because I was
remember
like,
this story. Yeah.
so it was like it was like 1990 or something, like
Dummy
almost on
story
the tail
time.
end.
Yeah.
Like when I finally got like our family got it like an NES in like 1990, like years after. It was like our first video game system. My grandma brought me the original Legend of Zelda, and it was just in a gold box. Like it wasn't wrapped. Gave it to me, and I was like, "What is this? It's gold." Open it up, and it's a gold cartridge. I was like, "This is like special." Like I thought it was like expensive. I was like,
Of course. And
we
it
gotta-
was.
we gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Pop it in, play like 5 minutes. This is too hard.
Yeah.
Classic Damiani story.
Yeah, I've been there.
I was like,
That's a hard
what do
game.
you do?
Yeah.
Because I was like, Mario Brothers, oh, you run and jump. I got that.
Yeah.
This, I was like, you didn't have a sword at the beginning. I'm like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I ran into enemies and died. I was like, okay.
You only got 3 hearts, man.
I was-
I want
was
to. I
scared.
want
I
to
was
cast a
scared of
young
that game.
Damiani and make this into a short film.
I was
I love that story
scared.
so much.
So Huber and I were talking about something recently. I think it was about like games that were scary that weren't meant to be scary or something. And I was like, the original Legend of Zelda. I was like terrified of that game. Going into a dungeon, like the enemies, I was like, this
music
is,
changes?
I was just like, oh
Yeah.
no, this is too like. No, we had to ask a
Low
friend's
on heart starts
we'd-
beeping at you.
We'd ask a friend's older brother, like, can you just show us how to play this game? And they were like, yeah, I'll show you how to play this game. He goes, you let me borrow it, I'll beat it for you.
I need clarification. When you say took the GameCube to school, do you mean college?
Yeah,
Oh,
brought
okay.
with me to
Yeah, yeah.
college. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
makes
like
sense.
blood taking you to the forest. I
Oh,
want to
yeah,
know, like,
take it to
when he
school.
mentions a game from
No,
his
no,
past,
no.
did
Yeah.
you take it to
Well,
school?
like, GameCube was the big college game, and then
Right.
like Smash Brothers Melee was like the big college game. Yeah.
Brad.
So I only remember really one at Christmas. I got
Okay.
NES. I was too young to even remember it. I think I was like 2 or 3 when we got NES. Funny story is I always ask my dad how I even got Zelda because I don't remember actually getting it because I was so young. My dad's like, "Oh yeah, you'd see it on TV, like the commercial, and ask me for it." And I was like, "Oh, weird."
Yeah.
But it was either like 93. Did Link to the Past come out in 93?
It came out in 1992.
So it was like 92 or 93. We got the Super Nintendo with Link to the Past bundled in it. We didn't get Super Mario World, and I remember asking Santa for it. I remember throwing a coin in a fountain, wishing for it too.
Whoa.
Yeah, and like me and my brother just peeled it off. I was like, "What?" Just like freaking out,
The
dude.
wish came true, dude.
Yeah, man, that was
Yeah.
a special moment for me and my brother, dude.
That's really
Pond
cool.
of
Yeah.
happiness right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it was. The only game I think my brother's ever fully beaten, I can remember. The only game ever
Wow.
that I can recall.
And then you dropped off.
Maybe, yeah.
Wanted more mature
Once they went
stuff.
3D, he was out.
Yeah.
What about you, Kyle?
So I've told a bunch of them. I've told a bunch of the stories already. I thought of one that I haven't told before, and this was like the first time where I like tried to do a good lie. So it was my birthday, and one of my friends, who I didn't get to see much anymore, I moved away from him, you know, so I barely ever get to see this guy, like sometimes during the summers. Best bud. Wasn't my best bud anymore because, you know, I didn't talk to him much anymore, but he went to my party, and he got me an NES game. Nice. and it was Kirby's Adventure. I already got Kirby's Adventure for Christmas. I'm a January birthday boy. And so, they're really close to each other. But I was like, I got this. And I go, Kirby! Mom, I got Kirby! And then my sister goes, don't you already have that?
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, come on! Don't you already have that one? I'm like, oh, come on! Why?
Kyle trying to sell it.
Yeah.
What a good friend, dude.
Oh, man. Sucked, yeah. It's brutal.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That was our LNR only episode.
Happy vibes.
Yes.
To wrap it up.
We'll do the LNR only, but we'll still talk about patreon.com/easyeyes. Is that allowed? And maybe do some shout outs too?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So patreon.com/easyallies. This is your first time watching the Easy Allies. Pretty cool. Welcome. We have a Patreon, which is mostly how we are funded. Check that out. See the tiers that we have there. People in the $5 and up tiers get this podcast 2 days early. They see it and hear it on Fridays as opposed to Sundays. And they get to submit to love and respect, just like everyone who fed this entire podcast today feels very nice. Next week is a very special podcast. Right now, at time of recording, I'm not sure what it is.
Okay.
I've made some plans.
He's teased it to me a little bit.
We'll see if they pan out. But yeah, look forward to it. It will be a wild one, a weird one.
I anticipate it.
Yeah, roll the dice, count on weird. But the week after that, we'll be back with our full panel looking at the Pop-Tarts and Toaster Strudels
2020.
of 2020. Yeah, of our first 3 months.
Well, I know what my Pop-Tart is. It's pretty
You?
easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Not to spoil it, but
No, what is it?
I'm just curious to see that list. But I mean, come on now.
Yoshi game.
Come on
Is it
now.
Animal Crossing?
Jeez, why do you again with the Joker, man? You gotta, you can't.
Of all the games, honestly, of all the games coming out the first 3 months, Animal Crossing is going to be it?
2020, baby. More
Okay.
than Cyberpunk, more than Last of Us
Wow.
Part 2, more than
No. All right, here's my goal.
John likes the simple
I'm
pleasures.
going to unsell you on Animal Crossing. My goal is for Animal Crossing not to be your Pop-Tart in the beginning
Okay,
of that episode.
or maybe I should challenge myself and dig,
Yes.
and dig deeper.
That is my goal. That is my
Cool,
goal.
cool.
Okay. Jonesy?
Stay tuned.
Yes.
Shout out to El Thanos, Greg the Dark Knight Kettering, Caleb Togi Crawford, Will Schmuck, and FantasyCritic.games.
Shout
Shout out.
Okay, so we don't. Does anyone want to do the sign off?
Why don't you do it, man?
We
It's your
could-
podcast.
Sure. Well, I mean, I don't like maybe not trademark.
give it to Jones?
We all do Happy New
Or
Year.
we could all do. Oh, okay. Or yeah, we can.
Yeah, let's all just shout Happy New Year.
All right.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year!
What I'm not a humongous fan of is Final Fantasy VII. What I am a huge fan of is marketing campaigns.
Sexy.
The Easy Allies would like to thank our Patreon podcast producers. We apologize in advance for all the ally names we are about to misspell and mispronounce. El Thanis, Greg the Dark Knight Kettering, Caleb Togi Crawford, Will Schmuck, FantasyCritic.games, Nick, Walker Hope, Mark Dalga, Bradley Spees, Jay Shee, Paolo Costabel, Jake Musser, Richard G. Flowers, Dave Red, Zachary Wingate, Jan Tyson, Professor Metal Gear, Dan Sebring, Andrew Reif, Rob Bob Will, Sigma, Tim O'Keefe, Ethan R.C., Mick Roper, Robert Stoffel, Alex A.I., Corey Jackson, Hayden Hargraves, Valmar, Damnable Nook, Ali Cat, Happy Gaming, Blue Water Blue Sky, Daniel Portillo, Chum Nguyen, Beaten Down Brian, Miguel Rivas, Discarded Digit, Jose Gutierrez, Thomas Wigginton Jr., Neil Bruce, Matthew Pauling, Gino Elite, Blue, James Vitt, Luke Bennett, Candy Coated Thorns, G. Levin, G. Ken, Stephen Thomason, Yasser Kerbushi, Hitman 47, Ryan Anderson, Marcel Giru 17 Froelich, S. Snake 24, Niz Klojgard, Rack, John Burns, Brad Lohman, DRD 7 of 14, Brad Grenz, Todd Yurkovic, Joe Burns, Sam Handrick, Andy Drew, Rickster EXE, Lars Berger, Jordan Kirk, Stephen Last, The Banana Forklift Killer, Joachim Morovuo, Mango, Calvin Hartanto, Marcel Markov, Mark J. Betters II, David Wen, Jesper Lawson, Oni Blackmage, Matthew Holcomb, Roy Sung, Catherine Lai, Gary James, John Santoro, Neuromod, Robert Crouch, Jesse Blue, Richard Johnston, Michael Yao, Accounts Payable, Mikhail Aniel, Ritz 1906, Jeffrey Ruchtenwald, Noah Weinstein, Rainier Dennis Bautista, Wavering Radiant, V8 Dave, Eric Gustafson, Paul Sway, Christian Hundorf, Tony Knox, Isun Chor, Forrest, Caleb Ledoux, Mike Hook 1, Vilar, Mauricio Fuentes, Ian, Brian Foster, The Classiest Hobo, Madman Kevin, Silent Consonant, Zintrax, Corey Landega, Unlucky Irish, Modrin, Ganzak 009, Paul Bishop, Travis Miosi, Carl Williams, Jake in Japan, Brandon White, Sneaky Gato, Sean Mackey, Gabriel Aberg, Morpheus, David Halverson, Reed Johnson, Joe Rutsky, Nergal 131, Manuel Thomas, Migaz, Adam Sharonbrock, Not Jack, Kurzistav Rogowski, Volker Bach, James Vest, Allison Burt, Jenny Markula, Bjornar Haraldsvik, Blake Bonsack, Thomas Blaze Fauchereau, Cisco Ace Jackson Garcia, Trizac, Andreas Risberg, Wouter DeHaze, Matthew Holmes, ZK, Eric Maynard, Jose Carlos Madrigal, Fabian Winkler, General Piet, Leon Keys, Raymond Lee, Clay Roberts, JC3, Adam Lindsay, Jojo Denko, Faraz Rizvi, Jeff Easton, Fallen 201, Zoostic, Don Turner, Misuki 211, Alexander Zirianov, Aaron Kurt, Jesse Fish, Paul Nolson, Jason Joint, Edison S. Prada Jr., Faber Gundam, Dimitri Zetas, Travis Ing, Ahmad Al-Rashed, Tuttle, Furious Action Gamer, Jonathan and Amy Alconis, Nathaniel Austin, Mac Reed, Haley Hill, Andrew Stoke, Evan Eng, Joshua Vanswall, Kyle Quintero, Sebastian Trier, Aurelien Grenier, Michael Pliskin, Bonnie and Jason Connor, Wenbo Shan, Stephen Walther, Kevin Camposano, Diggles, XWF Outlaw, Circean Studios, Ibrahim Sozer, Jack Cullen, Momo Rashid, W. Crusher, Rickard Enbaum, Michael Clendenan, Bread Roll Art, German Efficiency, Lee Young, Timo Yeager, Lindsay Wells, Eddie Reisner, Chase Caldwell, Palkin Stirs and Stirs, Barry, Mike Mizek Novak, Joey Din, Gon Kef, Kelvin, Adam Henry, Beautiful Kai, Sean Rao, Caffeine Rage, David Kennedy, Strikeout NZ, Mike Calvi, Bard 91, Anthony Daniel Galvin, Daniel Wong, Hadi Ali, Jameson Anderson, Vincent Foliat, Ahab, Neobear, Matthew Migler, Santiago Carrillo, Alex Glass, Junio Motomura, Ryan Ponder, Delisi, Tim Strothman, Mither Strongbeard, Nycrypt, Line Crown 19, Mons Anderson, Ivan Skogheim, Jai Aldiar, Tom Masterman, Sam Sorensen, Awesome Express, Natabia Ross, Matt Ferguson, Vishal Singh, Helen Y, Felipe Aguilera, William Heaney, Krister Lundmark, Tim Mann, David, Chris the Pianist, Michelle Nubb, Sandra and Richard Acero, Andrew Smith, Anti-Ataraxia, William Haman, Pablo Rodriguez, Jordan Phillips, Yobuts, Sun Fam, Michael Bisegli, Alex Monaco, Arthur Henrique Chinaglia, Zach Kaczynski, Jameson Lapine, Nuno Amaral, David Boyarski, Rahiv Maharaj, Ryan Wagner, Pete Cerny, Joachim Wiederberg, Travis Kukowski, Christopher Santos, Extravaganza, Gali Gutierrez, Dreams of Caffeine, Chris LaRue, The Fatty Show, Jason Shields, Stephen Cassell, Remy Loisel, Michael Kozachenko, Michael Bologna, Pete Shoemaker, Repus Edud, Cyberboa, Christoph Fatui, Azazel Valkyrie, Alexander McGeekern, Jeffrey Murillo, Mazrim Tame, Liam Ahern, Crediar, Jesse Vitelli, A Pack of Puppies, Mr. Anarchy, V. Cura Ray, Tristan Howard, Jason I, Ronka Q, Sean Cornett, Andy Marks, Materia Addict, Rob Middledorp, Robert I, Will Arrowwood, Tyler Wallace, Julius Garcia, Gustav Strombaum, Christoph Packlinger, Alex Lavanier, Nefertiti Jenkins, Malcolm Moschette, Adam, Joel Olson, Quinn Riley, Robert Ori Einerson, Matt Karwoski, Logan Young, Trevor Thomas, Matthias Clare, Joel Short, Marco Hernandez, Magnus Rasmussen, Tense George, Chad McIntosh, Bunny Chen, Isaac Swanson, Francisco Fialo, Joey and Kate, Raymond Chow, Ian Anderson, Zahid Hosseini Karami, DanPan16, C.S. Lewis, Orugachino, Splontot, Ulf himself, Jana, Kim Monk Vonderleaf Haagensen Petersen, Colin Hoylman, Thorfkin, Jethrin, Max His Shame Turman, Shanley Ladia, Rerun, Linson Wu, Luis Ibarra, Philip Higdon, Spencer Stevens, Megadet, Russell Bateman, BM5, Daniel Fuchs, Ivan Ponce, Jay Potter, Christopher A. Butler, Sebastian Urban, Matt Ford, Alec Church, Culinary Stud.